quick recap of last session. You guys killed the Black Dragon. Well done. You returned to Neverwinter. Sang, you had a little chat with Hoondarrh.
Oh yeah.
Found out potentially of a coming attack.
You're welcome, Tristan.
Got blamed by Tristan for it. Yeah, you then returned to Neverwinter, had a brief conversation with Arlon and the council, but everyone was very tired after having fought 3 boss battles that day, and so basically went straight to sleep. As the morning picks up, what would you like to do, everybody?
What was Barry up to?
You don't know, you just ran off on him.
Yeah, you guys all went to sleep. You guys all went to bed, and I was like, I'm gonna go and do my duty.
Yeah.
Hey, we got time.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're the only one who can, really, to be fair.
Yeah, no one cares.
Would you want us to help you rolling
No,
Neverwinter?
Absolutely not.
Anyway, I wish to start reading the book.
Okay.
I wish
We'll
to
see.
read over Sang's shoulder.
Absolutely. In that case, Tristan Reed, what are you doing today?
I will wake up.
Right.
Or not.
Tristan will do his thing. He will go back into the throne room after having a breakfast.
Okay.
What did he have for breakfast?
What did I have for breakfast, Patrick?
You're the king. Whatever.
I will
whatever you want.
He'll have just simple fare as he always has.
Simple fare.
Simple fare.
Bread and cheese.
He's the people's king, you know.
Mm-hmm. Heading into the throne room at this sort of time, it's like apart from the guards, it's mostly empty. You are free to summon your council or summon individuals.
First, I want to go to the dungeon first, actually.
Okay.
Because I want to go and talk to Emmerich.
Yeah, we'll say you head down to the dungeons then. You see, what you would hear first of all, a poorly played lute as you are wandering down the dungeons. Eventually come to the cell where you see Emmerich just like trying to get the hang of this lute. He's only had it for like a week, so he's not good, but it's something to do in his cell, sure.
Yes.
There is like light streaming in through the window, so it's not like completely dank and dismal in here. But he just looks up at your approach, gives you an evil stare.
An evil stare.
Not like evil, but just like, well, this guy.
Still. Did the others tell me they talked to him?
Yeah, I guess they would have said they talked to him. Maybe not necessarily what they talked to him about, but...
Okay, so I'll approach Emmerich's cell.
Yes. He doesn't say anything, he just looks up at you.
He just looks up at me. And Tristan will sort of just like, he'll kind of like lean against it, like sort of like, put one hand on the bars, sort of, and then he's like, So, I heard the others paid you a visit before we left.
Yes, they did. Gave me this lovely loot. What do you want?
Well, firstly, what I really wanted to do is apologize to you for the misconceptions or how we seem to you, and that our choosing of the other contract was nothing personal. It was just the offer made at the time, and we needed quick employment.
Yes, I see that now. But can't change the past.
No, we can only make amends for it in the future, no?
Yes. Well, this is me making amends. He gestures to the cell.
Maybe you can help me then. Whilst you were with your draconic acquaintance, do you recall anything of any conversations held between him and one of his brethren? The red one, Hoondarrh, in particular? Or did he keep that scribbled away from you?
He didn't tell me much, but like I told your friends before when they came asking, Alothanar, the Blue Dragon, did reach out for them for aid, and both the black and the red refused, as is their way.
That's interesting.
But the knowledge that you were here and that you had become king was well known to them. That at least Alothana was able to pass on before he was slain.
Yeah, that may explain a few things then. Well, the black is dead,
Well
and
done.
the red has left his perch.
You're sure of this?
Yeah. On the way here, maybe.
He just sort of like tenses up a little bit at that. Well, do you have any plans for how you're going to defend the city?
The coming week will tell, won't it, whether or not it's successful. But if it comes to it, and you seek to make amends properly, and redeem yourselves in the eyes of, well, yourself, I hold no grudge against you.
I appreciate that, and I appreciate your apology. As I said, my amends are my own to make, and only I can really fix myself.
Indeed. Well, if the opportunity comes, you may find one handed down to you sooner rather than later, because you are a skilled fighter, and we may be in need of those. Come
Yes,
what may.
If battle is to be done here in the city, well, you might as well let me out of this cell at the very least. Ideally, I'd like my rapier back, but I feel like I'm not going to get it.
Most likely not. Knowing Reed, that one's safely squirreled away, I'm afraid.
Shame.
No,
But,
I had it.
for the sake of the prior employment and, I suppose, mutual amicability, I would rather you die sword in hand out in the streets fighting alongside us rather than burning alive in a cell. What little comfort that gives you.
My sentiments exactly.
So we shall see how the coming weeks occur.
Yes.
I'll,
For now, I'll keep practicing this lute. He plays like a little riff.
well then, I'll speak to you later, Emmerich.
Yes.
I'll give him a nod and I'll leave.
As just as you're about to leave, I would just say, again, thank you for coming. It means a lot.
I'll just nod again and I'll just keep going.
Cutting quickly to Reed, what were you doing this fine morning?
I would be going to whoever's the most qualified to assess items, magical items.
Yes. So, you killed the previous archmage of the city. However, you could potentially go and find one of the mages that is still here, or you could go into town and try and find a magic item shop. One of the others.
What about
I saw
Barry?
there was someone that.
I mean, yeah, if you can find Barry, Barry can probably sort you out as well. You don't know where he is.
I'll find Bazza. Bazza, I'll just call out for him.
Whereabouts are you calling out for him?
Streets.
Okay.
Has anyone seen Bazza?
You may be doing that for a while. You do have a sending spell that could just message him immediately, but
I'll do it for an hour in the morning, and I'll be like, "This is wasted."
yeah,
I'm just gonna send
unfortunately
a
it is.
message. So I'm gonna send a message to Barry. Be like, "I've been calling for you for like an hour. You're nowhere to be seen, mate. Can you get to the keep ASAP, please?"
I'm already at the keep. I was sleeping here last night after you guys just ditched me. Thanks for that, by the way. Yeah, I'll meet you in like the training yard or something.
I'll meet him. I'll be like, "Tell me, boy."
It's like, I'm actually a man, but okay.
Right, boy. What's this? And I'm gonna show him. First of all, the crimson liquid potion I found.
Oh shit, yeah.
I knew you would have forgot, Patrick.
I absolutely forgot.
You forgot. You give me these fancy gifts, and you don't give a shit what they are. You're just like, you give me a color of it, and that's it.
Do you remember what you rolled?
Crimson liquid potion.
Crimson
It was a high. It was 100. I'm pretty sure it was really high.
Yeah,
and I'm
I
not
think
shitting
it was
you.
actually. Yeah.
With
Well, you-
8. Right, I'm just going to double check it. I think it's the potion of vitality. The other items, though, the wand and the staff, I have already unlocked for you.
Nice.
That is the wand of polymorph and the staff of thunder and lightning.
Where are they under?
Staffs and whatever the other one was.
Wands.
Staffs and wands. They have their own sections for
Wand
them.
of polymorph.
Yeah, it's a potion of vitality. So
What is
basically,
that?
once you drink it for the next 24 hours, you regain the maximum number of hit dice for any hit dice you spend, and it removes any exhaustion or disease or poison that is on you. So it's not like amazing, but it could be useful in certain scenarios.
That'd be most useful for.
I mean, whoever's got a lot of hit points, or just if someone does get diseased.
I'll just keep on to it, and whoever needs it needs it.
What was
exhausted.
the staff, sorry?
Staff of thunder and lightning.
Okay, it is.
Yeah, it actually would be pretty good for you, Sang, but I know your sword's probably better. So yeah, he'll identify all of that for you and say, anything else?
Yeah, I've got this. I've got these 6 lizard potions. What do you think they are?
I'd probably have to examine this in a lab. Do you mind if I go do that? I haven't seen
You can
anything like
have
this
one. Yeah.
before. Yeah, sure. Thanks. Do you guys need teleporting anywhere today?
Potentially. So hang fire. Stay in the area.
Okie dokie. I'll
How much? Do you know the price of dragon remains?
I mean, what kind of dragon remains? Like,
Bones. We got scales. We got teeth. We got balls.
I mean, you'd probably have to find a collector's shop or something, but you could probably sell the bones and stuff for a decent price. The scales you could make stuff with; they'll be a lot more valuable. If you've got enough scales to make a suit of armor, you probably sell that for 3,000-4,000 maybe. You get a decent price for scales.
Okay. I think we're good for the I'm good for the time being, but I appreciate everything about you.
Hey, thanks, man. I appreciate you, little Mr. Reed. Sir,
Not little, mate. I'm actually really tall for a
big-
halfling.
my apologies. He would just awkwardly stroll off.
Just imagine him like shuffling out of you.
Yeah. Like, oh, upset a racist comment.
Cancel him. I'm going to tell everybody in the
He's
courtyard.
cancelled.
He's gonna get fired
Getting
from
cancelled.
whatever he is.
Make a
That's
perception
Tristan
check.
to banish him.
Make a perception check for me, Reed.
Nat
Now
20.
20. You hear across the training courtyard, like just the sound of someone getting the absolute crap kicked out of them. And as you sort of like go around the corner to see what's going on, you see Arlon is just letting out all his frustrations on poor what's his name, Wesley.
To him like, Arlon, back.
Yeah.
It's all good. What's Wesley done to you?
Wesley's like, it's okay. We're just sparring, just a little practice. I'm all right. My arm. He like rolls his shoulder. I was like,
Arlon, are you
Sorry,
angry,
I can-
my friend?
I can get a little carried away sometimes.
What's on your
It's
mind, Arlon?
You, Tristan, can't help but feel that we wouldn't be getting attacked if it wasn't for you guys. I just want to know what in the name of Torm's butthole you're gonna do about this.
Well, keep Tom's butthole out of this, alright? If Tristan hears you been talking about Tom's butthole, he will not be happy.
Well, then tell him for me, please.
No. We're not going there. We're not talking about Tom's butthole, or any god's butthole for that matter.
Do they even have buttholes? I don't know. I don't even.
No. Listen, it's really not our fault. This thing was gonna happen eventually. You got to think, if we didn't rock up in Neverwinter, this place would have been controlled by a dragon anywho. So,
Well, it's better to be controlled by a dragon than burned down by one.
but that could have pretty much happened for us joining before we arrived. So, yeah, the fact that this red dragon may be on its way, we don't even know for sure. But let's say it is. It's just the nature of the world right now.
Well, you're magical people. You have a way of finding out if we can locate this dragon, perhaps?
Well, we're due a meeting this morning, and we'll convene and discuss a plan moving forward. But yeah, at the moment, we'll figure out what to do, and I'm sure everything will be fine.
He just sort of nods, says, "All right, come on, Wesley. I'm done for the morning." Wesley's like, "Oh, thank God."
Also, Arlon, have you been speaking to that old lady? Like I said.
Madam Roseanne, yes, I did go and speak. She's an old friend of mine.
All right. Okay, that's good to hear. Because I will be checking in on her, and if she says you haven't been, that's two not happy members of the Blades of Drrust.
Don't worry. I'll never forget her. Yeah.
Right, and no more of that butthole talk.
As he walks off, he just goes, "Butthole!"
I just shake my head.
Read of all people.
I can't believe you said that, man.
Yeah, sacrilege, mate.
Tristan,
Sorry.
as you're wandering the halls, you run into Mordai, who says, Your Grace, there is a man, a Mr. Margaster here to seek your audience. He has been staying here for a few days now, but I thought it best to leave it till this morning.
Sorry, Mr. Who?
Hector Margaster.
Hector Margaster. Where's he from?
Waterdeep, one of the nobles there. I believe his daughter was the one who was kidnapped by Emmerich.
Oh dear. Okay. Right. Send him into the throne room, and I'll receive him there.
Mhm.
And if you bring the rest of the council as well, we might as well begin discussing preparations and try and find the rest of my company. I don't know where they went.
I shall do just that. And so,
Excellent. Thank you, Mordai.
as he goes off and does all that, Hector Margaster is allowed into the chamber. So he's an older man in his late 50s, sort of grey hair, but still very refined and polished. As he walks in, he will bow before you, say, Your Grace, the name is Hector Margaster, at your service.
Good morning to you, sir. So, how can I help you?
Well, first of all, I wish to come and give you my thanks. My daughter, Ariadne, was bewitched and kidnapped by that vile Emmerich fellow, and I believe it's thanks to you and your company that she is now free from him. So my thanks, first of all.
No worries, sir. It was our pleasure.
Yes. Emmerich himself, I've come to ask what is to be done with him. I should say he slew both Ariadne's previous betrothed, a man named Roderick Helmfast, a notable nobleman of Waterdeep, as well as my son, Perrin, who came in search of Ariadne and never returned. I can only assume Emmerich dealt with him. I come seeking justice for my son's life and for my daughter's innocence.
Rick Raventree is currently imprisoned in this very keep. He is, shall we say, broken. He will remain in prison until the current crisis is dealt with, as we have urgent matters to attend to. However, I'm assuming you can be rest assured that as a paladin of Torm, he will be dealt with justly and accordingly. In regard, I was unaware of his. I knew he had abducted your daughter. However, I was unaware of the fact that he had murdered both her previous betrothed and your son, which I offer my condolences.
Hector will just give like a little like sly smile to himself. Say, I've also come here with another proposal, if we can come to an agreement. My daughter Ariadne, as you know, is a beauty to behold, and I wish to propose a marriage between herself and you. We, the Margasters, are one of the most wealthy and powerful noble houses in Waterdeep. Our funds could help rebuild this city and support it in these difficult times. What do you say to this proposal?
Tristan will sort of like rub his chin a bit. Whilst I thank you for the offer, is your title Lord?
Yes, of course.
Lord Magaster. You are, of course, aware of the current situation plaguing the continent.
I'm not quite sure what you're referring to. The darkness thing?
Yes, the return of the Shadow King, who my company has a bit of a
Ah,
vendetta.
then you need my help more than ever. Then I can help fund your adventuring company, fund everything, and help do my part for this tragedy.
At the moment, I am currently unavailable for domestic arrangements as such because I do not wish to entangle myself within such arrangements in case things go poorly or I do not return from an expedition against the Shadow King. I'm sure you understand that.
Yes, well, you say you don't want to do things because they may end up poorly, but from the sounds of things, they will end up poorly without my help.
I'll have to consider your offer, Lord Magaster. I have
Yes, don't worry. Don't worry about it for now. Please do give the offer some serious consideration. And again, a just and swift end to the life of that bastard Emmerich would do a lot to appease the trauma that my family has suffered at his hands.
Have you taken the opportunity to talk to your daughter, my lord?
I have, yes. She is very grief-stricken, very well. Her mind was not her own, and hasn't been for some time. She is still trying to get to grips with herself, and I mean, it was simply a horrible thing that happened to her.
Perhaps a period of recovery for herself as well before such considerations are taken into account.
I don't really see what there is to consider. He took many innocent lives. Swift end is.
I'm not talking about Emmerich, my lord. I'm talking about your proposal.
Ah, yes. My daughter is. Again, she was previously betrothed, and that ended poorly. I simply wish for her to find a good match, and there is nobody better than you, good sir.
Appreciate the compliment. I'll take it into consideration, my lord, and I thank you. And do not worry, Emmerich will be dealt with.
Thank
you. Have my word on that.
Your Grace. And he just sort of like gives one of those, like, I don't know, those faces of sort of, sure, whatever. And then he just, like, leaves the chamber.
I like, shrug my shoulders and I'm kind of like, ugh.
Mordai will enter and say, I did speak on your behalf, by the way, yesterday, both to the members of the Luskan High Council and to Lyril Silverhand in Waterdeep. Both would like to speak with you personally, however.
Are we doing this personal conversation, Mordai?
I believe it would be best to go and see them in their own cities. It would save a lot of hassle with sending spells, for sure.
Good job we've got a major teleport around here then, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, that'll be the afternoon's business then. For the morning, well, I suppose I better deal with Arlon. And we'll get the rest of the council. Did you have any luck? Oh, yes. Lord Margaster proposed, well, A, he wanted me to execute Emmerich. And
A reasonable thing.
He proposed marriage between myself and his daughter.
What I sort of takes a moment to consider. Says, the Margasters are a well-known house in Waterdeep. I'm not particularly familiar with that city. You'd know more than I, perhaps, about the nobility there.
They are incredibly wealthy, I will say that much. Emmerich's first contract with us was to get his family back on track and enable him to rise in standing so he could vie for her hand officially. Obviously, that didn't happen.
Well, she is a beauty. I can see why he was simping so hard.
She is, but she's also kind of broken at the moment, and I don't really like the idea of entertaining that. Plus,
an understandable thing, Your Grace, an understandable reason. You don't necessarily need to marry her immediately, but perhaps getting to know her may be for the benefit of the city.
Indeed. I do have a previous... Torm, it's complicated. But I'd rather see that ended first, or something happens to a conclusion with that before ending in a marriage with someone else. If you understand me.
I do, Your Grace. I just want you to hopefully know that what you're doing should be in the benefit of the city. And was this previous lady of yours of any reputable wealth or standing?
Well, she's pretty high up in the Waterdeep court. Magical advisor, very powerful mage, or was anyway. Incredibly tied to the Shadowfell though, so I fear that you are correct. However,
Could she help the city? Is my question.
No, and I don't think it'd be in her interests to do so either. No, you are correct, Mordai, of course. My apologies. I've only been king for a week and a half.
It is understandable, Your Grace. I simply wish for you to begin changing your mindset into one of an adventurer to that of a ruler.
No, of course. No, I simply told Lord Morgaster that I will think on his proposal, that I'd like some time. We also need to settle affairs with this dragon and the Shadow King, so... But afterwards, yes, and maybe I'll pay a visit to his daughter and see if a healing hand may help or so, you know?
Yes. That seems wise, Grace.
Yes, I think that would be a decent compromise for now. Don't want to jump into anything quite too quickly.
We'll say around this time, everybody who you summoned will come. Reed, Dela, Sang, you would, I assume,
no.
have been. I was going to ask, would you have gone?
No,
No, yeah.
You didn't want to have a team meeting.
no.
He's too
I
busy
wanted to.
He's too busy reading like a nerd.
Yeah, I would have been there.
Yeah,
I think I would have gone as well.
cool.
While they're
So the
going,
two-
I want to pause reading my book, and I'm going to go potion shopping while they're in their meeting.
Okay.
I'll kind of,
Sus.
I'll kind of look at Reed and Dalo and I'll be like, no Sang?
No sang.
Yeah.
Typical.
At this point, Soman Galt, the dwarven chancellor and new mayor of Neverwinter, will arrive, along with Murphy, the spy master, and that is it at the moment because other members are away. You stand around the table.
No Arlon either.
You don't see him.
I look at Murphy. No?
I don't know. He was a little bit pissed, for sure, after what he did yesterday. But I can go and try and talk with him if you want.
Need you here for now, but later perhaps. We need
Alright.
unity now more than ever. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. So, as of current, our information is that Hoondarrh is on the move. We don't know where he's going, but the likelihood that was suggested would be that he was coming here.
How specifically do you know that he's on the move?
I'll look at Reed and Dela. The company Thang spoke to him through a mirror of communication, and
What, and he
He
just
made-
told you?
Yep.
No, I mean he didn't. We're assuming he's coming here. He didn't actually say. He said he'd heard everything that we cared dearly about. So we don't actually know for certain that he is actually coming here. But we just thought we'd be precautionary, and this would be the most likely place.
I spoke with Emmerich Raventree in the cells this morning, and he suggested that when we attacked and took over the city, the Blue Dragon did in fact commune with both the Black and the Red. Both refused to help him, however, they are aware of the fact that I was crowned king. Now, the Black is dead, slain yesterday, and the Red has given threats. Now, Hoondarrh is the most dangerous dragon on the Sword Coast, and I'm not willing to lay the lives of every member of this city and go off gallivanting somewhere else whilst that threat lies above it. The other two targets would potentially be Waterdeep, however we know that is protected, and well protected, against dragons, and El Torel, but in order to get to El Torel, he has to pass Baldur's Gate, and again, that would not be an easy task even for the Red Dragon.
Mordai will speak up and say, Elturel seems an unlikely target. However, the Blades of Drrust were known to frequent Waterdeep, and while the dragon himself may not be able to venture into the city, his minions and associates can.
Indeed. Well, I'm not king of Waterdeep. I'm king of Neverwinter. And first, my priority lies in securing this city. I will talk to Lyril later this afternoon in Waterdeep itself, and I'll have a conversation with her. And I'll also talk to the High Council of Luskan as well. Either
Good
way,
luck with that.
we can rule Elturel out, so it leaves either Waterdeep or Neverwinter.
Well,
I have a position.
go on.
I say we prepare the city for an attack as much as we can, get as many allies here that we can muster, but instead of waiting for the dragon to come to us, why don't we go to him, the Blades of Drrust, as one unit, and seek out the red dragon and destroy him?
Well, if he's on the move, we don't know where he's going, unless we can scry on him somehow.
Yes, I was going to ask if you knew anyone who could potentially do that. Dragons are, of course, difficult to scry upon, given their strong, ancient mental fortitude, but it isn't impossible.
First is always the
They'll have
Black
to do it.
Staff of Waterdeep.
But at the very least, we could just teleport directly to the island and then teleport back. See if there's any evidence of the dragon there. Couldn't we?
The issue with that is that there's no teleportation circle there. There's no built-up settlement.
Well,
The Barrys
Yeah,
should be able to
need
take us.
Yes, but it's a chance. There's a chance it goes completely wrong, Reed. That's the problem.
Oh, has he
Also-
not been there before?
No, none of us
Well,
have.
even if it goes wrong, we can still teleport straight back.
yeah. I mean, it might not be. It might not be a
There's
job
not much
for.
risk.
It might not be a job for today because you've already got two
Yeah.
places you need to teleport to today, which would use up all his teleports. But maybe tomorrow. I don't know. It's up to you.
Well, we need to prepare the city first, anyway.
Yes. We don't have much in the way of defenses. We've recently fought a war with Luskan, we've lost a lot of our good men. We've also obviously sent 300 off to Longsaddle recently, so that's another 300 we're down. 700 soldiers is a good amount, but it's maybe not enough to defend a city.
I was
What-
thinking about this.
Murphy will speak up. Say, what do you plan to do with the fleet? I assume if they're coming here, they're sailing here. We only have 4 ships worth fighting.
We
Not
have
enough to take on a fleet, pretty much.
we have our flagship.
It's back in Waterdeep.
I know it's here.
It's
Oh, no.
here. Yeah.
Well,
We
it
never
was
sent it
here.
Why is it here?
We never sent
you,
it back.
you brought it here when all the Neverwinter stuff was going down. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
if
thought
you
it
ever
was
sent
going
it.
back.
I
We
don't know
never
if you ever
told
sent
them
it
to go
back. Either
I
either
could've
way,
swore I did.
either way, Waterdeep's not too far from Neverwinter, so it's only going to be a couple of days if not. I can't remember honestly.
We have our flagship that we can bring in to support as well.
I think it should be on standby. It shouldn't be in the city.
Well, even so, 5 ships seems not enough to take on an armada.
Well, potentially when I'm in Waterdeep, I'll see what I can get there. Yes,
Yes.
and maybe Luskan as well. So
Where would you like us to set up our strongest defenses? We do have a few ballista. We of course have our famous bolt throwers, and actually, you guys haven't actually come across them yet, so you're not sure what he's on about.
bolt throwers.
Yes, a design unique to the city of Neverwinter. They are portable, handheld bolt throwers that can be used by a single individual. They are heavy, so they are a little cumbersome, but they can fire at a fast rate, faster than anything else on the Sword Coast.
Interesting. That will be useful.
they basically work as D&D versions of miniguns. So you move at half speed because they're heavy, but you can blast.
Ah, that's interesting. They will be useful.
We could
Well, our
also
week.
call our allies that are underwater as well. We remember we made some friends. We saved them from getting attacked
Oh, you mean
under
the
the sea.
elves?
Yeah, the sea elves or whatever they're called.
Yeah, they were sea elves.
Yeah, we could ask
Do you,
them. Do they want to help?
do you remember? Well, to be honest, we might be able to get some information from them if they're sea elves. Maybe
Yeah,
they've seen something or heard something.
maybe
What we
they.
need
Yeah.
what we need to do, if we were defending Neverwinter, the docks are our weakest point. Yes.
Yes, I believe that's where they would try to land. Of course, it is the what it's designed for landing.
What
Yeah,
about the big hole in the ground?
I don't really see how they would get there. I suppose they could find underdark tunnels, but seems unlikely. It seems like hassle. But it's certainly something we can consider. Perhaps we should look into hiring some adventuring companies to go down and survey the area, keep a watch.
What about Arthurdan and Percy?
I don't know who they are.
I was looking to the group.
Okay.
I don't know where the swift swords are at the moment, but if I'm in Waterdeep, I'll see what I can find. Okay, we'll concentrate our main defenses along the dockyard and like the coastline, as that's where they're most likely to attack us from. If they attack us from land, we'll have some warning at least.
If you want to like write down on the map, sort of like general numbers of how many people you want stationed where.
All right, so we'll concentrate, patrols sort of between these lines, like here.
So like what, 350 per line?
Yeah, but what we don't want to abandon like completely. So like say 200 on each line, yeah, and then the remaining are spread out along the walls like normal.
Do you want to just hold on the battlements, or do you actually want to hold the docks themselves?
With limited numbers, I think we may have to. Oh, that's a tough one. Because we don't know like what his forces consist of.
Yes, we should probably try and find out a little more about that first.
So preliminary plan for defense of the city. We will hold the docks, but we need to figure out if he's actually coming here, and we also need to figure out what his troops consist of, because we need to. I don't want to be throwing our troops into a meat grinder at the dockyard when we can just sit on the walls and snipe and shoot them.
Yes. You hear someone say, "Well, Set's not going to be happy with that. She's the owner of the Moonstone Mask, by the way, and well, her whole business is going to get burned to shit."
Yeah, well, fortunately, dragon's a dragon. But we'll see what we can do. I'll look at sort of like summon gold and stuff. I also want to see about. We'll sketch up potential evacuation plans of the civilian population as well.
Where are we going to send them to?
Just potential. Well, we have safe spaces in the woods now, with the boys. On payroll. So
yes, I remember them.
Yes, and they've not all gone with Raven, so we can get the civilians into the woods and safely in there. Better that a couple of buildings burn rather than the population, no?
Yes, I agree. And also the woods, I doubt their chase is in there, and if they do, we can just ambush them. So
Well, exactly.
seems like favorable terrain.
Quite. Easier to rebuild whilst you've still got people to rebuild with. But we'll draw up those potential evacuation plans. Again, only potential. As again, we don't know if the dragon is actually coming here or not.
Yes,
we'll
I think before we make any more plans, we should probably try and learn a little more. Perhaps speak with our allies in Waterdeep and Luskan. Well, Luskan probably won't help, honestly, but it's worth a try. And then it's probably best to try and find out if we can actually discern where this dragon is, for sure.
Yes, well, Waterdeep may hold the answers there, I think.
Leave
Okay.
that to you, Grace.
Thank you all. Right, Reed. Send a message to Sang and tell her we're going to Waterdeep, so she better meet us in the courtyard.
Can't we just shout in the courtyard?
And send her a message. We don't know where she is.
Well, as you go to send her a message, I was going to cut back to Sang and say, what potions you buying?
Yes. Okay. Can I buy a potion of haste?
Haste isn't a potion.
Is it
Speed
not?
is a potion. There's a potion of speed, which I assume does similar things. Yeah, you can't necessarily get potions of like a specific spell.
Sometimes you
Whatever.
can get close, like invisibility or flying.
Okay, they're pretty expensive potions of speed. When you drink this potion, when you drink this potion, you gain the effect of the haste spell for 1 minute.
Yes. Perfect.
No concentration required with the potion
That's
as well,
exactly what I wanted. How much is it?
which is nice. 1,100.
Oh, that's fine. I'll have that.
Just the one.
I'll have another one.
Okay, so 2,200 gold for the
Okay.
2 potions of speed.
Okay, and then I also want. How much is a supreme healing potion?
A supreme. As you asked the proprietor for supreme, you say, "I'm afraid we don't have any supremes in at the moment. They're incredibly rare and difficult to make. We do have superiors, graters, and regulars.
Okay, how much is a superior?
Superior would be 500 gold.
Then I'll have 6 of them, please.
Okay.
That's 3,000.
Yeah, 3,000.
Okay.
Damn, Sang going potion crazy.
Again.
Over 5,000 gold on potion.
Then-
Fair play. You might as well spend your gold on something.
I mean, I don't need gold for anything else, so
Exactly. Yeah.
I'm not interested in hoarding money. So, how much is a fire resist potion?
They would be 150 gold.
Then I'll have 4 of them, please. Don't know
Okay.
if I'll need that many, but
Got them.
so that was 150 each.
Yeah, so 600 for 4.
Okay, damn. Why is everything maths?
Why is everything maths? that should be on a t-shirt.
Alright, what else?
Sang
can I
walks
get?
into a shop, complains she has to work out money.
Okay,
Can I not pay for this in words? God damn it! I'm a man of English, not maths.
how much are your greater health potions?
The greatest are 150.
Then I'll have 4 of them. How much is a potion of invisibility?
Invisibility, that would be 1,200.
Okay. How long does the flying potion last for?
Flying potions last for 1 hour. They are also 1,100.
That's fine, I've already got one.
Okay.
In that case, I'll buy 1 invisibility potion, please.
Okay, so 1,200 for the invisibility.
Okay, and that will do me for now.
Yeah, I mean that's what 7,000 gold nearly, probably.
Probably something like that.
Yeah. You have made this gentleman very happy, but you've also cleaned out most of his stock.
Okay, that's what I wanted to get out buying.
In fact, make a perception check while you're there. Admittedly, you've never been to this shop before, but it does seem quite sparse on its potions. Like certainly compared to the shops you've been to in Waterdeep and stuff. It seems like either people are buying lots at the moment, or there's just a short supply for whatever reason.
In that
But you
case,
do have enough to buy everything you
As soon
need.
as I noticed that, I'd be like, what happened to all your stock?
After the shadow thing came, everyone went into a bit of a panic and just started panic buying. Yes, we have been running low on our supplies. We are trying to keep up with the demand, of course, but everyone's a little worried, to say the least. We'll say at this point, Reed, you can message Sang with whatever you were going to message.
I was going to say, yes then, Sang. Get back to the city. Get back to the wherever we are,
Yes.
because we're going to go to Waterdeep.
Where are you?
In the
Ping you
castle.
on the map. Yep. Castle Nether.
Very well.
What? You got another 24 words, mate.
2023,
That's it.
but yeah. Yep.
Oh yeah, true. I got that. Oh.
You're lucky I even used 2 words. I could have gone with K.
that would have killed me. I would have jumped off the top of Castle Never. I would have done that Japanese punishment, with a knife through the belly.
Oh,
Seppuku.
yeah.
What, I behead you?
Sudoku.
Yeah, that one.
Damn it, more maths.
But yeah, Sang, I guess do you make your way back then?
Yeah, just casually. I'm not in a rush.
Yeah.
You bastards.
We'll say
We are in a rush.
We'll say
I'm not.
about an hour. We'll say it's about an hour before Sang gets back. Then, anything you wanted to do before you set off?
Find Barry.
I wanted to buy potions.
Yeah, you can go buy some potions then.
Yeah, I also wanted to.
Yeah, just want to get health potions.
Good luck.
And,
I've bought them all out.
It might be.
Yeah.
Well, I was gonna say, as you meet up with Sang, it might be better to buy them in Waterdeep. This.
yeah, okay.
The shop here is sparse. Speaking of Waterdeep, are you guys gonna go back to the tavern and deal with tavern things, or are you just gonna ignore that?
I
Got
would
time.
like to.
It hasn't been that long, has it? It's been like
It's,
one
no,
or
it's,
2
it's,
weeks.
it's not been that long. Let me actually just confirm how long it's been precisely for you.
Well, if
but
we have...
it's been a little over 2 weeks. It's
Yeah.
the 20.
Okay.
It's the 23rd today, and you left on the 1st, I believe. So
Well, in that case then, do you want to go and do the tavern, deal with the tavern read, and I'll talk to Lyrel?
That sounds good to me.
do you give him the keys to the paperwork?
Yeah.
Bear in mind, Patrick, when we said we were leaving, you said you would add a modifier to our income because we were there for 2 weeks.
Yes, I will do. I
It
will
was
do
on
that.
YouTube, and I watched that,
I
and
know,
I was
I
like,
know.
I have to remember.
That's how I remember because I edited it and I was like, oh yeah, good point. So yeah, well remembered. This is why the video is good because it.
So when Tristan reads the paperwork and we've made shit tons of money, I'll be like, so you really knows how to make a coin.
Instead of a modifier, what I'll do is say you can roll with advantage, which on a D100 is pretty big.
Yeah, sounds good.
Oh yeah, I'll give Reed the key to the paperwork locker then.
I'm gonna just hold it with both hands and stare at it, and with a smile of glee, be like, oh, this is so much responsibility. Yeah.
Well, if you ever doubt my trust in you, just remember that I have actually trusted you quite a lot. So
Yeah, I'm not doubting the trust. It's just so much responsibility, so much power in this key.
well, now you know how I feel.
Oh.
So yeah, are you going to Waterdeep first, or are you going to Luskan first? I'll say
I think
as you
Luskan.
meet up with Barry.
We'll deal with Luskan first, I think.
Okay. Barry will say, "Okie dokie, off to Luskan we go."
Classic Barry.
Yep.
I love this guy. He's my new favourite character.
Actually,
Barry.
Patrick, in the hour that we were gone,
Yep.
because I'm doing official, this is official king stuff.
I'm on official king business.
Get my way.
I'll grab the crown.
Okay. As you go to look for the crown, it's not where you thought it would be.
Uh-oh. Arlan's robbed it.
Track down Murphy, please.
Yeah, I'll say Arlen. Sorry, Murphy is easy enough to track down. So, yeah. Yes, Your Grace?
Murphy, where's Arlen put the crown?
I am not sure. It was his prerogative to do with as he wished. I can go and look for him if you want. Do you need it for anything in particular?
I want to talk to him so we don't have any more misunderstandings or ill will between us because of actions out of all of our control. I understand that he's worried for the city, but yeah, just get him.
You might as well come with me. We'll just go to his chambers.
Yeah.
Have a look. So yeah, Murphy will not. Yeah. Arlan, you in there? Yeah. Come in. And as he opens the door, you step in. Arlan just looks at you, just he's not quite sure what he's feeling at the moment. He's just angry, basically.
Thank you, Murphy.
Tristan.
Arlen, we need to talk.
Yeah, I assumed.
Now, I understand you're angry and you're worried, because trust me, so was I. When you hear a dragon speaking about burning down everything you care about, you tend to get a little bit worried. especially when you hear it in person.
Yeah,
But-
look, this was my biggest fear with you becoming king, and I warned you when you became king. I said, your enemies will become Neverwinters. And that's exactly what happened. He kicks himself.
You know that those enemies were already Neverwinter's enemies anyway, right?
Well, maybe, but you've...
No, there's no maybe about it. It's true.
Either way,
Whether or not-
you've brought them down on us quicker than if you just left us be.
No, because there would have been no left. You remember when everything turned dark, yes?
Yeah?
That's just the beginning. You think that would have let you be? If we had not come here and not done what we did, and if we had not been doing what we've been doing over the past few months, this entire continent, everything you cared and fought about, would be consumed by darkness, death, and despair. The Sword Coast would be enthralled in undead and enslaved to a being who knows no remorse, no empathy, no happiness, just lust for power and domination over everything in the coast. And he wouldn't have let you be. Neverwinter would have gone down the same as Waterdeep, the same as El Torrell, the same as Baldur's Gate. Every living being on this coast, dead and enslaved.
Yeah.
But we're stopping it.
I understand that he's here to kill everyone, but if this dragon's coming specifically for us, what are we gonna do? This city,
Okay.
as much as I love this city, it's not strong enough to defend against a dragon.
Yeah, it's already done one. And it'll do this next one too. Have some faith, Arlon. We've killed 4 dragons.
Yeah, I'd love to, but we didn't know anything about this blue dragon guy. Hoondarrh is he's the real deal.
And the blue Yes, the only difference between the blue and the red is that the red will stare you in the face whilst it burns you alive, whereas the blue will burn you from inside out. At the end of the day, it's easier for us to deal with an opponent who's charging straight at us than it is to deal with the one inside us. We've already killed the one inside us, that's the hard part done. The city is stronger than it was 2 months ago. Now, and again, I state this, I understand that you are angry, trust me, I do, and I completely understand it, and I hold nothing against you for your feelings, because why would I? Any sane person in your position would do the same. You put your faith in me to keep the city secure, and you believe that it's been repaid by putting it in even more danger, which, to be fair to you, cannot deny it. That is fair. However, I'm not one to run away from my actions and the consequences of my actions. I face those consequences head on, shield and sword in hand, and I'll do the same here. Now, we can't afford division between us. Not now.
He will stand up from where he was, walk over to you, and offer out a hand and say, "For now."
I'll shake his hand.
Mhm.
Now, where have you put the crown?
So that's what this is all about. You
No.
will just go over
Where's my
to
crown?
he'll go over to the desk in his room, open it up, say, "I thought it best to keep it in my own personal safekeeping. Didn't want to trust anyone."
No.
He will hand it over to you though and say, "Don't
Just
lose
want to, you know what the enchantment on this does, right?
it." Yeah, I know.
No, I mean in terms of what the protection it gives you.
I am familiar with it. Yeah, I've attuned to it since you've been away, just to learn what it can do.
Yeah. So, hang on. I need to find it. I need to find the page on my.
I mean, I know it.
It's resistance to frost and fire. Isn't it?
Yeah, cold and fire damage.
I'm going on diplomatic missions to Waterdeep and to Luskan, so I think I might need it.
Yeah, of course. I suppose they'll listen more with this on your head.
Something like that. Because as far as Waterdeep's concerned, I'm still just a random paladin. So I'll take the crown. And again, as I said, we've started preparations. As you weren't at a council meeting, talk to Mordai, he'll catch you up. But we're going to go and get some information. We've got allies to call on, and for all we know, the dragon might not be coming here anyway. But we'll see.
Sure.
Information first.
Whenever you've got a plan in place, let me know, because I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to kill this fucker.
Good. Direct your energy at the actual enemy.
Until there is no more actual. Then I'm definitely gonna lay into you, but as a friend, of course.
Of course. Well, isn't that what advisors are for?
Exactly.
And family, I suppose.
As much as I love men like Mordai, they can be sticklers. They just say whatever you want to hear. Often.
But honest advice is always welcome, and you know that. I just appreciate it if you don't punch me in front of the council next time.
I'll think about it.
Good. Alright, thank you, Arlon. I'm off to Luskan first, then Waterdeep.
Well, good luck. You're gonna need it with Luskan.
Yeah, well, we'll see. Okay, I'll pop the crown on.
And yeah, I guess you head off to the rest of the group.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Anything else anyone wants to do before we get to Luskan? I think
I will just say to Tristan.
Mhm.
I think this our flagship. I think it might be smarter repurposing, stripping it of the cannons and putting it at the top of Castle Never, as opposed to actually using it on the ship. I think it'll be more defensible, overlooking the bay.
I did think about this. However, it is the Blades of Drrust flagship rather than Neverwinter's and mine, so I did not want.
It would only be for the battle, though. Once they get repurposed back to flagship afterwards.
Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
I mean, we still have no information about what.
Yeah,
what's
I just
actually going on,
thought.
so
Yeah,
maybe
I
we should
thought
find out
for
first.
later. But yeah, apart from that,
It's a good idea. Thank you, Reed. If you just check your Discord DMs, this is all the information you'll find in.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
This is all the information This is all the information in regards to the tavern.
Yeah.
wait, am I legit taking over it now?
Yeah. Of course
Oh my god! Oh, this is
He's just-
insane!
He's just giving you the keys and all the paperwork. So
Mhm.
yeah.
I thought we were gonna get democratically elected. Turns out it's an autocracy, fuckers. Fuck you, Dayla. Fuck you, Zach. No, seriously.
It's not gonna be Sang, is it?
Why not?
Yes, shit. Sang's an apprentice still. Forgot.
Yeah.
Oh.
Daylight. You don't want to be the Blades of Drrust boy?
Oh.
Oh wait. I guess it just leads me then.
Yeah, Daylight doesn't want responsibility.
All right then. Well, thanks for that. Cheers, Tristan. How exciting.
Yeah. So I've just sent you that.
Okie dokie, guys. Are we ready to go to Luskan?
Yes, please, Barry.
Azar.
Okie dokie, then, guys. Here we go. And he will teleport you to Luskan.
Yay, Barry!
Returning to Luskan, of course, you have briefly been here before.
Just
Wandering
a few
its streets.
seconds ago, actually.
No, not quite. But you know, the city is basically the city where people go to do illegal things, because this is where illegal things just fly. It's where all the pirates come to sell their wares and get it on the black market. You know from your trip to the Underdark that Jarlaxle has a lot of ties to the Underdark, so he probably sends a lot of trade, down as well as across the coast. But arriving in the city, what would you like to do first?
To the High Council chambers.
Okay. You make your way there. There are 2 drow guards on the door. What is your
I'll
business?
King Tristan Alagondar of Neverwinter to see the High Council.
Do you have an appointment?
Oh, they asked me to come, so I assume so.
Hold 1 second, and they will send an envoy. After 15-20 minutes of waiting, you are allowed in, and you are escorted to the chambers specifically of Jarlaxle Baronry, rather than the High Council itself. He will flamboyantly gesture out with his arms as you come and say, "Ah, my friends, the Blades of Drrust." And he will bow, say, King, whatever your name was, please come in. He gestures for. He's got like a very lavish office, overly lavish. Sure is. So you just sort of take a seat on one of his fine chairs, and you've never sat on anything so comfortable. Anyway.
Do we all have chairs?
Oh yeah, this is a big old chamber. He was just sort of like, sit with one leg resting on his other knee, and say, "So then, friends, you mentioned something about a dragon coming to attack you."
Oh, yes. So, you remember the last time we were here? We were on the hunt for a blue dragon.
Yes, vaguely.
Yes, that blue dragon was in fact in charge of, was in fact influencing the Lord Regent of Neverwinter, and has now been slain, along with his kin, the Black Dragon, in the Lurkwood.
Well done.
Now,
I expect nothing less of you.
now we are given cause to believe from, well, the Red Dragon Hoondarrh himself that he is in fact on the move. Now, we don't know exactly where he is, or where he's going to attack. It's either Neverwinter or Waterdeep. Now, as our neighbours, I wanted to come here for two purposes, really. One, to, well, reaffirm peace between our two cities, and B, ask for some aid, really. That is it laid out on the table. There is no cards, no hidden games, no hidden agendas. I only care about the good of my city and the people within it.
I would say the same sentiment to my own city. We have obviously had our differences in the past, Luskan and Neverwinter, but peace I can assure you of. We have no interest in war. However, sending aid may be a little problematic. I am but one of 5 high captains, of course. My voice is only a fifth of what this city could provide, and most on my council do not have the same relationship that you and I have. To put it bluntly, no one wants to help. Not after our differences. Besides, would you come to our aid if we were to be attacked?
You're asking a paladin. The answer is yes.
I understand that you would like to, but could you, feasibly?
Neverwinter, as an entity.
Yes. We kind of, no offense, we kind of fucked you up in that last battle. I know you don't have many men left, and so you're basically then coming to us and saying, "Oh, please help us. We need help." But why? Why should we?
It's a fair point. I would hope with a new era of management or rulership in Neverwinter, our two cities would be able to cooperate more closely in the future.
As you're speaking, Jarlax will point over to like a bowl of like mints on the table and say to Reed, "You should try those mints. They are very good."
Yes, please. Can I look? Can I pick one up and lick it a little bit to see if it's not poisonous or not?
I wasn't licking it. Why would you do that?
Yeah, you instantly die. No, no. Yeah, it just tastes like a mint.
Can I keep eating them?
Yes, you can.
Well, Mona.
Whilst I got a little bit of mints in my mouth, I was like, "Listen, can we all stop this bickering and just come to some sort of agreement? Yeah? Why can't we just be allies? All right? Because
we cannot be allies just because we've been at war for the last few decades. Perhaps.
Yeah, but things are different now. Tristan's in charge. He's going to be.
Reed, you know me. I am a lover of all things. I understand this, but the rest of the city hates you, basically.
Yes.
Well,
So
let's
you
speak
are
to them.
One of 5, right?
Yes, the 5 high captains of Luskan.
But what if there was only one high captain of Luskan?
I'm just gonna put my hand in my head, like, oh, not again.
He says, "What's
Your
your
hand
name?
in your head.
What's your name
How are you
again?
gonna do
Sorry,
that?
I was not particularly familiar with you. You were not with the group when I had business with them."
It's not important.
Well then, nameless lady, if you try to assassinate all 4 of the other high captains, part of me almost wants to pay you just to see you fail. Oh my gosh, it would be hilarious. But yes, I would not recommend it if I were you.
No, and that's not what I'm coming here to suggest, Sang.
Oh, don't worry about it. The way business runs over here is very cutthroat. Assassinations happen all the time, but not against the high captains. If you do that, you'll lose. But please, I genuinely kind of want you to try now. It's piqued my
I
interest.
mean,
Anything
if
she
you're
does,
gonna make
she has
me an
no.
offer.
Anything
What-
she does, she has no attachment to like the crown of Neverwinter.
What
That's all
about
I'll say.
another? What about another proposal? Why don't, as a matter of coming to some sort of compromise, where you put some of your soldiers in Long Saddle, and we take some of our soldiers out of Long Saddle, so they can. So essentially, we'll have half your guys, half our guys, looking after Long Saddle, keeping the peace, and that allows us additional men to look after Neverwinter. How does that sound?
I'm sorry, I'm a bit confused. What does Longsaddle have to do with any of this?
Long Saddle asked for Neverwinter's aid, we gave them it.
Yes, we did receive it.
Against the lizards.
Yes, I wouldn't worry too much about the lizards. We could perhaps send some aid there, but they are our friends. You are not. You are historically our enemies, and convincing not just the other 5 high captains, but the sergeants, the captains, the generals, everyone will be. It'll be difficult for me to sway them, and I am a very persuadable person. I can potentially do this, but what's in it for me? Remember as well, you did betray me the last official contract we had. So, and as much as I'm an accomplished man, I managed to get what I wanted in the end anyway, even though you betrayed me. But still, I feel like I deserve some compensation for that initial slight.
How about a free
What kind of
assassination?
compensation?
Oh, for
Oh.
goodness sake.
What do you have to offer? Assassinations, I have plenty of good people. If you want to try and fight them sometime, I'd be happy to send them after you if you want a challenge. They'll probably kill you, but who knows? Might be fun.
I'll think about it.
Nice. I like you.
I like you too.
Well,
But to the rest of you, what do you have to offer me? Of course, I could persuade the other 4 high captains. I could, in theory, but sweeten the deal.
What about a dragon tooth? Just recently slain.
Can I see this dragon tooth?
Sure. I'll just
you
get literally rattle around and get one out of the bag
Okay.
of holding.
He will reach out his hand to take it.
What's the dragon's name again?
Malister Rex.
Alistair Rex, the Black Dragon of the North.
Do you allow him to take it?
Just to inspect, but I'll be looking close by.
Okay. He will inspect it. Yes. Very nice dragon's tooth. Pretty worthless to me personally. He'll just pocket it.
Well, can I have it back?
No.
Why?
Well, you've given it to me on a gesture of good faith. I believe that's why you're here, is to try and repair our grievances.
Yeah, but that's if we come to an agreement. If we don't come to an agreement, I want it back.
We'll consider this 0.5% of an agreement.
I'll give you this weird green potion that I found.
Do you hand it to him?
Yeah.
Yes.
They were using it to turn the normal lizard people into black scale lizard people.
Interesting. I'll have my my alchemist look into it. He'll just pocket that as well.
You may also want to consider that we've destroyed 4 dragons.
I imagine that's why the 5th one's coming after you before you have a chance to go for it.
Yeah, and if we don't succeed, then it's coming for you afterwards. It doesn't finish with us. It's only the start. It's the end of the beginning.
Well, I haven't been going around all the Sword Coast killing dragons. You have. Why would it come for me?
We
Because
only
that's-
started killing dragons because they started attacking people, and they're going to carry on doing that.
Make a persuasion check.
Oh, my persuasion's even better now.
Oh yeah, it is.
Fucking hell.
D5. My goodness.
Jesus Christ.
As a DM, I might as well jump out the window. Right?
I didn't. Nah, don't kill yourself. Can I roll for that?
No, that was the DM jumping out the window, not Jalax. Music. I suppose you make a decent point, little Reed. Yes. We are probably under threat. He'll look to you,
Then-
Tristan, say, I'll see what I can do with the council. No promises, of course. But I do hold more sway in this city than anybody else, not to toot my own horn.
No, and I appreciate that. My main concern is, even if you cannot offer any assistance, is that we secure peace.
Peace is assured, and he gives big hand gestures as he does this. We never want any war between you to begin with. I believe it was your predecessor who attacked us first. They were the aggressors.
Oh, I know. Under the influence of the Blue Dragon, yes, but either way, actions still have consequences, no? Even if under influence.
Well, yes, of course. We will be demanding some kind of payment for reparations done to our army.
I think the amount of men you killed may have something to do with that already. Neverwinter is...
Personally, Tristan, I would agree with you. But my other high captains are not as generous as me, and they will they may not be happy.
Well, happiness won't matter if we don't stop the Shadow King.
I agree, and I will try to help you if I can. But I mean, you said you don't even know if this attack is coming.
As I said, well, the Red Dragon is loose, which bodes well for no one on the Thought Coast.
Can I
Where-
whisper into
where-
Tristan's ear something?
Sure.
We could give him a share of the horde. Final one, if
I'll
they
have a
help
look
us
at
kill the dragon.
I'll nod. I'll be like, okay. To sweeten the deal then, Jarlaxor, a share of the Red Dragon's horde. No backstabs, no nothing.
A share of Hoondarrh's horde. That would be good. How much of a share?
Well, it's equally split between all of us, so that'll be the four of us here, members of the Blades of Drrust. Most of my share goes towards Neverwinter anyway, but that's beside the point. And then you,
So I would get a
add it on.
fifth of the share.
Indeed, unless we have
Pe-
others.
it depends. It really depends. It could be more.
It
Rogar
could be
could come.
it could be more than a fifth.
Or it could be less.
No, less. Sorry.
Oh
Oops.
no! Oh no! No! And he has a mint to try and.
I've eaten them all.
You've eaten all those mints in there. It was like a bowl full of mints.
Well, fuck this guy. He stole my tooth. I gotta get something in return.
You would not have had time to eat all of those mints. He will eat a mint.
Alright.
A fifth of the share, if we can agree on that. Or let's put it this way. Hoondarrh is a very powerful dragon. I imagine he has thousands and thousands of gold. Give me 100,000.
Jesus Christ.
Well, we don't
Jesus.
know that.
You
He has
did,
100,000.
You did. Hoondarrh he has been collecting gold from Mintan for hundreds of years, plus other sources of income. I imagine he has plenty of gold to spare. And if you can't find the 100,000, then just give me what he has.
100,000 or a fifth, whatever's the lesser.
Well, how do
Come
I know
on.
that you'll actually give me a fifth? Is why I always said 100,000. Because you could be a little naughty Reed, couldn't you?
Mate,
I really like this.
I'm good.
Oh, you're
Have your mince
good.
bag.
You also betrayed me before. How do I have no reason to trust any of you.
Mate, I've just given you my tooth. Look, you haven't stolen it back.
I mean, you can have the tooth back as long as you agree to give me 100,000 gold's worth of Hoondarrh's hoard. And I won't want this in writing, by the way. You are King of Neverwinter now, so if you betray me, it will potentially lead to another war.
Yes,
you don't
well,
want that.
you don't need to worry about me. I have it on my oath as Paladin and King of Neverwinter. I'm representing my city and my nation. That you will get the recompense that you want. Give me some paper.
Yeah,
A fifth or 100,000, whichever's least.
But how do I know you'll give me a fifth?
Because you have Tristan's word. He's a king.
He betrayed me before as well. Just
I'd
because
like
he's
to-
a
No,
king
he
and he's a
I'd like to
paladin or
point
whatever
out
the
that
fuck.
original betrayal almost made me go against all of my oaths as a paladin. So
And
I
yet-
had to choose between
and-
betraying
and
my
yet you-
god
And
or
yet
you.
you still did it, and which means you may yet still do it again.
Alright, let's do a blood pact. How about that?
Oh, not again.
Oh, Yes, of course. To be honest, that was more to keep tabs on you before, so I could control you. But now that you're like part of a kingdom or whatever, it's not really as useful.
You had a blood pact with this guy?
Almost. They actually talked me out of it. Again, if I'd actually taken your blood, it would literally have just been so that I know where you are at all times. But that's not really of use to me anymore.
Then what do you want? Except for the gold.
This is an
Anything else?
official treaty. This is an official treaty between the King of Neverwinter and one of the High Captains of Luskan. An official diplomatic treaty. You get your share of Hoondarrh's treasury.
I will say, Tristan, make a persuasion check. With advantage, because Reed's helping.
Noise.
Good thing
That advantage was important, because it was a DC 20. He was like, very well then, Tristan Waters? That was your name, right?
Now.
Alagonda. Oh, you sound very fancy. Yes, I'll agree to your terms. 1/5 on your oath as a paladin. I'm sure if you don't, Torm will spank you.
Yes, most likely.
Yes, 1/5 of the Dragon's Horde, and we will send what aid we can. Bearing in mind, I haven't actually convinced the other High Captains yet, but I'll find a way.
Can I think to myself, what is with Torm's arse today? Everyone keeps talking about it.
He is a military. He is a kind of military god. So he's got those squats.
I see.
Yeah.
He's wearing socks.
He's got cake. He's got cake, is what I'm saying.
Yeah. Jarlaxle will write up a quick contract that basically says if he is to send ships to aid in the defense of Luskan, do you want to like write for a specific amount of ships, or are you just going to say whatever aid he can give?
You said like one man in a dinghy.
Because legally he could still just send one man in the dinghy and be, yeah.
That's
Yeah,
worth
no,
100,000 gold.
We're gonna go with a minimum of 5 ships.
I'd just say adequate support, and then whatever he gives.
Yeah, but
then...
adequate support can be interpreted many different ways.
As he's writing this, he says, "To be clear, I genuinely do agree with your plight with this whole Shadow King business. I agree that if we don't stop him, he will eventually come for Luskan. But I might as well make a little profit while I'm saving the world."
I understand you're a man of business.
And so, yeah, he'll write up a contract that says he will send adequate support for 1/5 of the Dragon's Horde.
Yep.
Okay. You sign the deal. It says, "Splendid. I will call a council and inform the other High Captains immediately."
I have a copy of that as well, please.
Of course. And he'll write up a second copy. And,
A photocopy one.
I guess a photocopy doesn't exist, but you can write up a second copy for sure. Yeah. Keep hold of
Brilliant.
that.
I'll
Surely
tuck
there
that
must
away.
be a photocopy spell.
That's like a 10th level spell slot. Holy shit.
Barry will know it. That is Barry
Right.
with us.
I said you would have left him where
Oh,
you got teleported in.
Fair enough.
Great. Well, thank you for your time.
Yes. Please inform me through message whenever you know for sure that this attack is coming, and if you know what day, then we can send troops for the appropriate time. I don't want to send anyone if we don't know that the attack is happening for sure. But if it is,
So
let me know.
this is a preemptive measure, shall we say? Protective. I'd rather
Yes.
have it in place just in case.
If you don't mind me asking, if we're not sure if the attack is even coming, then how do we even know about any of this?
Well, we know he's on the way. We know he's somewhere.
Yeah, but how? What facts do you have? What evidence?
I spoke to
Saying
him.
hello.
You spoke to this Hoondarrh.
Yes.
What was he like?
He was alright.
Yeah? Ooh. Perhaps you could treat with him.
Well, I mean, he kind of just said that he wanted to destroy everything that we loved, but
Oh my gosh, classic dragons.
yeah. It's kind of
Well-
pointless to say that to me, but that's why we assume he was talking about Tristan and, like, Neverwinter.
Yes. Well, to you, my good Sank, if you ever are in need of a contract, I am frequently hiring assassins to deal with my, the people that would not like to see me in power. Could be a little work for you.
Yes, sounds very tempting.
I will let you know. But first, you deal with all your saving the world
Yes.
shenanigans, and I will send my aid once you know for sure where the attack is coming.
Yes, we'll let you know. Thank you, Joel Axel.
Yes, I have around 5,000 troops here in the city. I obviously won't send them all, but 2,000 or 3,000 should suffice, which will be more than 5 ships. I'll tell you that much.
Yeah, yep.
Yes, like I say, we really fucked up Neverwinter last time, so I know that you are in desperate need of aid.
Yeah. Yeah, you could say that again.
Well, it wasn't my fault. It was your predecessor's doing. Don't blame
Yes, well, he's been dealt with. Oh, no, I don't. As I said, I've inherited the mistakes of my predecessors, and I intend to fix them.
me. Well, in that case, I'm sure you'll be a fine king. Maybe not a good one, or even a great one, but a fine one.
I'll take that.
Please take a mint, and I'll see you soon.
You know what? I will take a mint. Thank you.
Can I be like, what? So dragon tooth or what?
Oh, you really want it back that much?
I just feel a bit. I feel like you didn't need to put it in your pocket. You could have just looked at it.
Reed, you were the one who stole from my poor convol before. If anything, I have you to blame more than any of the members of your company. You don't think a dragon's tooth will help soften the blow to my poor ego?
I'm gonna stare at him and go, fine. And then, but whilst I'm walking out, I'm gonna get the bowl of mints and pour them in the bag of holding and stare at him.
Yeah, he will full on laugh at that. Say, oh my gosh, those mints, don't go through them all at once, let me tell you. You'll be shitting for a week.
I've already eaten like 8.
It's too late.
Eight is fine. Any more than a dozen, and that's when that's when you should worry. They're delicious mints. Don't get me wrong. I hire them from the best place, but they can mess with your bowel system if you eat too much.
All right. He's saying this whilst I'm walking out the door.
Okay. Is it just Reed walking out, or everyone?
Yeah.
Well, no,
I think we're all
I'll
leaving.
give him a nod.
He will actually offer you his hand and say, "As good faith."
Oh yeah, I'll take it.
Yeah. Shake his hand.
And for what it's worth, I apologise about the original betrayal. But
Oh, water under the bridge. As long as you give me that 1/5 of the dragon's hoard.
help us kill it, and it's all there, as I said.
Of course. Of course. Good luck on whatever your future endeavors may be, and I will see you in the battle.
And to you. Alright, let's go and find Barry then.
Okay. You head
Barry.
back into.
Doodle-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Can I
Head-
send a message to the sea elf? I forgot her name. The lady.
There was a few. I've also forgotten their name.
Oh dear.
It was there was a woman that we liked. We met originally and guided us down there.
Rena.
Rena, can I message her?
Yes, you may.
I'll send a sending spell and be like, Rena, it's Reed. I need you to do me a big favor. I need you to ask as many of your folk to scout the seas and see if they see either an armada or a big red dragon.
That's about
And
as
if
much
so-
you can get.
I'll send 2.
Okay. Yeah.
And if so, where they are heading. Yeah, I'll message you in a day's time for an update. If you could do this, it would be very much appreciated.
She will respond and say, "Yes, we can certainly keep a watch on the seas for you. We have seen nothing strange as of yet. We will keep an eye. Just to show you as well exactly where Iamathiashe
Yes,
was.
she was quite south, wasn't she?
Iamathiashe was just south of Waterdeep, so about there.
Okay,
So-
that's
Oh,
actually
that's a
sick.
perfect
That's good.
location, yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. But I said scout the whole sea. So like,
I
they
don't
could
think they
check
can
the
scout
whole
the
area.
whole sea.
There's so much they can do.
Well, like, you know what I mean?
They
Like,
they can
they're
definitely
gonna have
scout the
villages
coastline.
around here.
No, they don't.
What? They're only how many? They'd be just here, right?
Yeah, they'd be like around here.
They can definitely scout the coastline. That's the
I
important
mean, the good thing is that because it's like the ocean, like there's
At least
There's
they'll be
no
able to
hills or
tell
anything
if
blocking
it's
the view,
going
so
towards-
they can spread
Yeah.
out.
Yeah, they can probably like scout like this area that I've just sort of highlighted. but
Everybody move, Michael.
not much more
Sorry.
than not much more than this area.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's still better than nothing.
Yeah,
That
But,
gives
like,
us like a day's
yeah.
notice.
yeah. It's not like
Well,
they
for
have
the
super speed when they're in the water. They can still just move at a regular speed. So
another shit thing is, even if they see something, it's gonna be up to me to check on them. So I'll be like, You found anything in like 2 days? She'll be like, yeah, we saw something like 2 days ago, but I didn't know what to do.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
I'm done.
Cool. In that case, teleporting to Waterdeep.
Please.
We're going back home, boys.
Yay!
Back home.
All right, now we can
Home on
forget about
range.
Neverwinter.
Yep.
Back to the tavern.
Well, I will go to
So
the
yeah,
castle.
Teleporting into Neverwinter, you probably teleport in at Castle Waterdeep. So if you did want to go back to your tavern, it'd take like it's probably worth getting.
Can we
A cab.
hire a cart? Yeah.
Yeah, like it'll be a horse and cart, obviously, but it's
I mean,
probably
I
worth
can run
hiring
faster
one.
than that anyway.
Yeah, but you might like run into someone when you're running down the street and obliterate them like
Right,
A Train,
that's
and
fine.
then you're gonna run straight through someone.
Whatever.
I don't think that's quite neutral behaviour at that point.
Yeah, that's.
I'll run along the roofs.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. Running along the roofs. I guess Sang, you're going with Reed to the Troll School tavern,
Yeah, why not?
and we'll say Daylight goes with you as well, just for the sake of this.
Yeah.
So as you're making your way there, are you getting a horse and cart to take you there quickly?
Yeah, go on in.
Cool. Knock off 5 gold.
Oh, you bitch.
Bro, you guys have killed like 4 dragons.
I was like, yeah, I'm gonna look at
You
the
have
guys like, I
plenty of
can't
money.
afford it.
You have plenty of money. But Tristan, while you're at Castle Waterdeep, where would you like to go to?
I'd like to go and meet Lyrel, please.
Okay. We'll say after a few minutes waiting outside, you are allowed in, and the Black Staff is there as well as Sir Ristaval. So there's a couple of people in there as well. I will say, yes, Tristan, King Tristan. Sorry, still going to take me a while to get used to that.
It's taking everyone a bit of a while, don't worry.
I got the message from your one of your councillors, Mordai, requesting aid for Neverwinter, but I wanted to speak with you in person to understand how you came about this information. If you're sure that an attack is coming, and what kind of aid you exactly want us to provide. I just wanted to get some specifics dealt with, and I thought it'd be easier to do in person.
It's what we're dealing with. Mordai didn't have the whole story. We'd only just returned from the Lurkwood yesterday after slaying the Black Dragon. And we've got the 4th of the 5 of the Shadow King's boxes.
The Black Staff Vajra will step forward and say, if you'd like to hand that to me.
Do I have it?
No, you don't.
Reed's got it, and they've just
I
gone
think
off
I've got it.
as they do.
Well, hand that to me when you're ready. By the way, the last one I checked, I dispelled the magic. It thankfully did have the shard in it. However, it did get me thinking, what if the shard wasn't in this box? What if the box was an illusion? Thankfully, the 3 that you've given me so far have been correct, but future ones may not be. So I think it's worth checking yourselves, if you can. Do you have the ability to dispel magic?
I do, yes, but I don't think at the level it would be required.
Yes, well, in that case, bring it to me immediately, so if the shard that we're looking for is not inside the box, we know as soon as possible.
Okay, I'll make sure we get word to Reed at the tavern then as quickly as we can. Well, you know what they're like. They need their gold, so they're off.
Lyra will say, so what exactly do you have for us? What information?
Right. So upon slaying the Black Dragon, we entered into his hoard, where they had one of those magical mirror communication devices they've got. I'm not quite sure how they work, but Sang, being Sang, decided that the best course of action was to talk to Hoondarrh. And he did. Yeah, did the usual dragon threatening of, destroying everything that you love and care for, and yada yada yada.
Yes.
However, considering that we have killed 4 of his kin, and he is the last one left, I'm a king now. I take those threats pretty seriously.
Yes, I mean, as far as I think most of the Sword Coast is aware, the Blades of Drrust are stationed here in Waterdeep. Do we have
Exactly,
anything to worry about?
Well, we discussed this morning with my council, and that's why we've come here as well. The knee-jerk reaction from a couple of my council members yesterday, and indeed myself, was one of fear. We were worried. Neverwinter is not in good shape, as you can imagine.
Yes, my sympathies
So
too.
we were, of course, a bit worried. But now that we can have a proper conversation about it, it is narrowed down targets to either here in Waterdeep or Neverwinter. It is of those two cities that are of concern. I know Waterdeep has its protections against dragons. However, it could not. We don't know the nature of its forces. We don't know if it's just Hoondarrh himself or if he has other creatures. For example, the black dragon had lizard folk. The green dragon also had those snake people. I can't remember what they're called.
They were also
No, they were Yuan-Ti.
The UNT. The Cryovane had the giants and the orcs.
Yes, and even Olothanar had the people of Neverwinter.
Exactly. So he's got something. We don't know what. But we realised upon looking at the situation with a more strategic and well-rested eyes that Waterdeep is potentially a target as well.
Well, in that case, for now, we will focus on strengthening our own defences. If you know for sure that the attack is coming to Neverwinter and not Waterdeep, then of course we will send you whatever we can.
Which is why, also, Blackstaff, thank you, you're here. Do you have access to the ability to scry?
To scry, don't you need to have met the person?
Yes, you do. Actually, that's a fantastic point. I don't believe anybody here has spoken with Hoondarrh before. Hoondarrh himself, I don't think has even been seen for 200 years. The only person who may have even seen him or spoken with him would have been perhaps an elf or someone of long life. But I doubt scrying on the dragon would work anyway, personally. They are resistant to such things.
It's worth a shot anyway, I don't know.
Well,
the arcane arts are not something I'm particularly familiar with.
Yeah, the black staff will say, yes, I don't think that's something I can attempt, unfortunately. I've never been to Mintown myself, or even Skadarrak. Do you have the ability to fly, perhaps, or travel at great speed?
I personally don't.
Well, you and your company. I mean,
a couple of my companions are quite swift, but not that fast.
The last I remember, you had a ship in your control. Is that swift on the sea?
We do, and it's true.
Could you maybe send your ship ahead? Even if you do run into somebody, well, I only say this if you think it's fast enough to outrun whatever may be coming.
It's a pretty big ship, so I don't know. Nautical terms again, not my speciality, I'm afraid. But it's an option. I'll have a chat with our captain and see what he thinks.
Well, just know that you have my full support, Tristan.
No, thank you, Lyral.
Waterdeep stands behind you, and as soon as you know any certainties, please message either myself or the black staff here, and we will do what we can to help you. Of course, we do need to protect our own, but we have sufficient men to spare.
No, and I can appreciate that. I understand. That very reason is why I'm here, protecting our own. Also, I suppose just to reaffirm Neverwinter's positioning within the Lord's Alliance as well.
Yes, well, I have no doubt of that. Trust me. I assumed that under your leadership, that you would be a firm ally of ours.
You would be correct in that assumption.
Yes, I assumed after all the business we've had together that you wouldn't wish to depart from the Lord's Alliance. Hell, it would be a very poor idea on your part. Even under Daggle's rule, Neverwinter was still a part of the Lord's Alliance and always shall be.
Yes, no. I just wanted to reaffirm, new rulership, all that.
Anything else we can help you with while you're here?
I don't suppose you've seen Elio around, have you? Or heard anything? I'm assuming not.
I'm afraid not. The last we heard of her was, well, what you told us.
Yeah, no, I figured as much. Oh yes, that reminds me. Technically, I don't know. How's Raventree? Now, are they technically still Waterdeep citizenship, or what's going on there?
Well, after what happened with Port Emmerich, he went crazy and kidnapped someone, I believe, off the top of my head. The house has been taken under the rulership of Waterdeep and is there for purchase for anybody who would like to take residence of the previous
Oh.
house.
No, sorry, I didn't mean like the physical house. I meant like his family house. The family.
Well, he was it. His
Yes.
house was in decline for a reason. He was the last remaining member. Without him, his residence had nobody to go to, so we've put it on the market. It is a
Well, that's
very
what I
nice
mean.
residence.
What is his legal status with the city?
We assumed he's exiled. If
So he's
you
exiled. Okay, so he's
if-
he's our problem then.
you have him
We have him.
and you haven't killed him,
Not yet. We've been a bit busy.
I'm
I've not
I'm
been
not I'm not jumping to any conclusions, but he did kidnap a very reputable member of this city.
Indeed.
Well done for capturing him, at the very least.
He
Yes,
has
he has
information.
he has no more rights here after what he did. He has no place in this city. If he's in
That's-
if he's in your city, he is yours to deal with. But tell him never to come back here, not to my city.
That is just what I wanted to clarify with you. I didn't know if I was going to be stepping on any toes or anything like that.
Yes, well, good of you to ask. I appreciate it.
No, I'm a bit new to this, so just trying
Yes.
to figure it
Well,
all out.
Speaking of, due to the Blackstaff's predictions of when the Shadow King will return, we have been messaging people here and there to try and organize a bit of a council of the entire Lord's Alliance, which, now that you're King of Neverwinter, includes you. This will be held a week before the Shadow King is due to return, based on the assumptions that we have. So you are, of course, invited to that council.
Well, yes. Hopefully I'll be there.
Yes, we have members such as Ulder Ravengard will be coming from Baldur's Gate. We'll have members from El Turel, all across the coast, really. We would need you there, if you're still alive, of course.
Well, that's the kicker. If not me, my regent will be there.
Who is that, so that I might know?
His name is Arlon. I can't remember
Yes.
what his surname is.
Arlon Blade Sharper. But to be fair, I haven't actually really told you that, so...
Yeah, his name is Arlon. He is also a shall we say he's a cousin.
Very well.
Okay.
Yes, if you don't show, I'll expect this Arlon fellow. Your stead.
Yes, but he'll be talking in my name if I'm not there. But hopefully I should be there. Torm be praised. Yeah, but that's everything. I'll be in the city for a while, or at least
Okay.
until the rest of my company has finished their business here. And I'll
Well-
I'll bring that box straight to you, Blackstaff.
She nods and says, I was about to say. And Lyra will say, well, of course you're always welcome here in Waterdeep, Tristan, and Blades of Drrust. The work that you have done over the years for this city, or over the year, I should say, has been tremendous, and you will always have a place here, even if ill should befall Neverwinter. Which, of course, we don't want to happen, but should it happen, just know that you have a place here.
Thank you. I appreciate that, Open Lord. Much. And I'll bow to them.
They will
And,
bow back to you, because, of course, you are on equal terms now with the Open Lord.
Well, that's weird. And I'll
head out.
I'll make my way back into the rest of the castle.
Okay. Reed and Dela, you wanted to do potion shopping. Now that you're back in the city, you can do so. What potions would you like to pick up?
Just
Yeah,
wanted
you go first.
3 fire resist.
Cool. So that's 450. Yep.
150 each.
What's I have Thunderstep on my.
Yes,
weapons thing?
sorry. Thunderstep is your new spell that you got when you leveled up to level 16. It's the
Oh.
same. It's the same spell that Emmerich had. Basically, it allows you to. It's similar to Dimension Door, where you can, but it's not quite as far. It's only 300 feet. But also
Oh,
when you,
okay,
but also when you teleport, you do damage. And for the homebrew that I sort of apply to it, I can say you can either do damage when you're teleporting away, or you can do the damage when you teleport in. If that makes sense.
Okay, so I choose.
Yeah, I think the spell specifies that it's done like when you teleport away, but for the purposes of what I like, you can choose to do it either when you teleport in or teleport out. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a nice more movement for you. Not that you needed more, but you know it helps. Reed, what would you like to purchase?
Yeah, can I get 3? Can I get 3 health potions and 3 greater health potions, and a potion of invulnerability?
Sure. So the three three health potions, 3 greaters. So that's 600 gold for the healing potions. 600
That's
total.
cheap. Nice.
Well, it's 50 gold each for each regular, and 150 gold each for each greater. So I
In that
believe
case,
I've
I'll
got
get
the
another
maths.
superior. How much is that?
Sure. I will actually say, go ahead and just roll me a d20. As you ask for a superior, they say, I'm afraid we're all out. A lot of people have been coming in purchasing potions recently, and we are short on supply.
I see. Okay. What about potions of invulnerability? Would you have that?
Yes, they will. As long as you're only buying one. Any more than that, you may have to roll for it.
What's Fergus making, by the way?
Yeah, he should. I think we got him on easier potions. I think it was flying and
Well, see, you had him making flying before, but they're actually one of the hardest potions to make, so he's already like pretty good.
Okay.
I
think it was health potions and
The
flying.
apprentice has become the
No, you
master.
can't do health.
Yeah, I was gonna say he couldn't do health. Either way, the invulnerability potion is.
Maybe it was invis.
Go ahead and roll persuasion for bartering for me, because this might be quite expensive. Again, you gather that a lot of the potion shops have been getting raided. 21. I'll say you can purchase a potion of invulnerability for 550 gold.
Okay. Whilst I'm here, can I give him what was I gonna do? I was gonna actually ask him a question. Does he, for his mixes, does he require dragon bones? And if so, how much would that be to sell to him? How much would it be? I mean, obviously, mate, it's fucking rare. It's not every day you get dragon bones coming in. But think what you could make with that. It's fucking banging.
Dragon bones aren't really useful. Well, which dragon do they come from?
None of your business.
Well, it is my
No,
business because
it's
the dragon it came from will depend on whether it's useful or not.
A black dragon.
Black. Okay, so those could be used for potions of acid resistance. How many bones do you have?
I have this.
Yeah,
and
yeah,
I'll just pull out a bag.
You pull out the bag. Again, I'll say roll a persuasion check.
Offer him a mint. Maybe he'll come around.
Yeah, can a few mints roll out?
a few mints do accidentally roll out.
Yes.
32.
Can I get advantage because of the mints?
Sure.
Yes.
It's only a difference of 32 to 34. It's not like this.
Are those mints? Had one.
He was-
Magic dragon mints.
He was about to turn you away, and then he said, "Ooh, mints." Sure. He will purchase the dragon bones off you for 680 gold.
680. Fair play.
That's pretty good going for like free stuff.
Okay. All right. That sounds okay. I was going to ask him some other things. Just getting on my bio.
All good.
Link in the bio. Hang on.
How you doing for potions, Dalar? Health potions, I meant.
I'm fine. I didn't use any in the last one.
Nice. Yeah, I know you didn't use any, but it's still just good to have.
Yeah, but I sucked up before, and then never used
Yeah.
any, so I'm still fine.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm done.
Whenever we do these big battles, I know a lot of people do use a lot of health potions, but then you're Dalar, who never gets hit. So
Yeah.
yeah.
What's
I mean,
good?
actually, the only reason I have potions is to pick
Heal
up
other
people who go down.
Yeah. Yeah. Either way, yeah. That's you guys done with potion
I
stuff.
just want crossbow bolts are good against dragons.
You go to a different shop because this wouldn't be the potion shop, but you can ask for bolts that would do specific damage to dragons. Dragon Slayer bolts,
Yes.
if you will.
I will ask for that.
Each bolt will give you a +1 to attack and damage, and a 3d6 extra to dragons.
Okay, how much is one of them?
500 gold.
Just for one?
Yeah.
Nah, fuck that. Well, okay, I'll take one.
Sure. Just,
Offer him a
remember
mint.
Yeah, and remember
For a
you.
discount.
If you want to try and barter with a mint, you might be able to get it for a little bit.
I'll be like, why don't I give you this as a to demonstrate that I will be putting this bolt to a good use, and you'll know full well that this bolt actually took down the famous dragon. What's it called?
I mean, I'm not going to tell you. I've said it enough times.
Oh, what's that? Hoondarrh.
Hoondarrh. Hoondarrh.
Hoondarrh.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
this bolt will take that down, so you can tell people that when you can say this is where Reed the legend got his bolt to kill this dragon, and then I'm just gonna whack out a dragon tooth and say, "This was the black dragon, mate. My last one. Easy."
Okay. Do you offer a mint?
And yeah, one hand I'll slide a tooth forward, and the other I'll slide a mint forward.
With the mint, make a persuasion check with advantage.
Yes.
Everyone
Okay,
loves
so-
those mints.
Bro, mints aren't common in this world. Mints are like. they're
Well, he's
good
not
shit.
amazed by the dragon tooth. He's amazed by a fucking mint.
I'll give you the bolts for, let's say, 400 each.
Okay, then I'll take 3.
Okay, so 1,200 for 3 bolts.
Yeah.
They will have to be fired through your light crossbow rather than your
Yeah,
lesser
no.
scouts. But yeah, sure. And then I guess from there you guys head over to the tavern.
Yes.
Am I already there?
Yeah, we'll say you are already there.
I'm reading my
Um,
book then.
Okay, you're reading your book. As you arrive at the tavern, Reed, you see Fauna is there. She says, "Reed, you're back!" And she runs over and big hug.
We're like, yes then, sis. What's been
Oh my God.
going in my town?
The Guaning's been good. Oh, it's been great. I mean, I haven't really done a lot. I've just sort of been wandering around the city, but it's so much bigger than Hardbook. Like, it's like nothing I could have ever imagined. And she just like hugs you again,
Nice.
says, "Thank you so much for whatever you did to free me from father's clutches."
It's all right. How's Captain Zardin been settling in?
As you say this, Zardin will appear behind you, just almost like a phantom. Say, "Things have been going well, Reed, as you can see by the fact that I snuck up on you." But yes, we've had no attacks. A few bar fights here and there, but don't worry, I killed everyone who was responsible.
You murdered them.
Cornelius will wonder and say, he didn't actually murder them. I stopped him, thankfully. You're welcome, by the way, Reed.
Well, hang on. Why'd you do that, Cornelius? He's the fucking captain. He runs this place.
Well, I didn't want the tavern to get a bad name for where people get killed. And Zardin's
Yeah,
like,
but
"I
it's
won't
not your call.
Cornelius like, "Oh, okay." Zardin's like, so I can kill them in the future. Yeah.
No. I mean, it depends. If they've murdered someone in the bar, then yeah, you can kill them. But yeah, you shouldn't be going around just murdering people.
But one of them threw a mug of ale across the tavern. I thought that was an instant death sentence.
I mean, you could break a finger, but so long as you make it look like an accident, you can't kill them.
What about a hand? What about all 5 fingers? Is that?
Yeah, but you got to make it look like an accident.
I'll see what I can do. And he just wanders off, pondering. How am I going to make this like an accident?
Okay, all right. Put it this way: if you want, you can follow them home,
No.
let them get all tucked up in bed, and murder them. But I'm advising against that. A 5 fingers broken is acceptable.
Readers now, you've.
This was all sarcastically said.
I mean, Zardin doesn't take it like that. Zardin takes it as he's a drow. He likes hurting people, so he's going to take any chance he can get to hurt people.
I mean, I don't know Drow, so I will have intended for that to be sarcastic. Whatever he does with that, that's on him.
Well, as Zardin goes away and starts plotting, Fauna will say, "So what?
Tristan's gonna think, what has happened to my tavern?
Yeah, Fauna will say, "So what are you doing back in town? Is everything sorted? Everything good? Are you here to
No,
stay?"
everything's really bad. You should be on high alert. If anything, you might as well evacuate this place because there might be a war coming here immediately.
Reed, I just spent so long trying to get out of Hardbook. Look, where else am I supposed to go?
Good point. Well, there's always the cellar. You can stay there, but in the meantime, you need to prepare. Have you heard of doomsday preppers?
Yes, I'm familiar with them.
You need to be like that. You need to have like a rucksack ready to go if shit hits the fan here. Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Look,
Stay with
can-
Captain Zarden because
Uh,
he's actually pretty good.
I've been doing a little bit of work around here just for like something to do, but I haven't been getting paid much. Am I allowed to like take some money from the coffers for like to pay for this Doomsday package?
Uh. Why don't I just give you money?
Sure. 100 gold should suffice.
100. What are you spending 100 gold on?
Well, for a Doomsday package, I'll probably need. I assumed I'd actually need more than that. I was just trying to be generous, but
I'll give you 150 gold, but like, can you make stuff with the extra 50 gold? Can you make like herbal stuff? Like
I can make some potions. Yeah.
Yeah. If you is that Fergus guy still here?
He has been coming and going. He is. Every time I've tried to speak with him, he's just sort of like, ignored me. I don't know really why, but
He's probably afraid of women or some shit like that, or he's just deeply sexist.
I think he's just a bit of a dick. But maybe if I've put him off by being a woman, I mean that's his fault, not mine.
I mean, it's kind of your fault, but never mind.
From the
Nah, I'm
episode.
only joking. Anyway, okay,
That's
yeah,
not
I'll give you some money.
Only
I'll give you
50.
I'll give you 200 gold, and you can work next to the sexist pig in the workshop.
I don't know if he is
And,
sexist. He just ignores me every time I try and speak with him. I've called over to him many times and said, "Hi, hi, Mr. Alchemist Man," and he just completely blanks me.
Yeah,
So,
he's a bit like that.
Do you? I think he's over there now. If you want to go and speak to him.
Yeah, I'll go speak to him.
Okay. Do
Is
you want to?
Daylar here, by the way?
Yeah. Daylar came with you, and Sang is also here as well. Actually.
I'm reading.
Yes,
Okay.
but Sang is off reading in a corner.
Yes.
Trying to read at least.
The
We're like-
words. The words.
We're like, Fergus.
So you head over to the workshop.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can see that a good amount of progress has been made on this house. You can see the extra floor that you added in has already been added, like super quick. The internal furnishings haven't quite been finished up, but the alchemist lab is up and running, as you know. And as you walk in, you see Fergus with like the sort of like goggles on over his eyes as he's just working.
I'm like, yes, then Fergus. What? How are you?
I am good. And he's just like he's not even looking up at you. He's just working on his stuff.
What have you made? Show me what you've made.
I make this, and he will go over to a cabinet, open it up, and reveal some potions of flying. Says, this is what you want.
Yeah. What? How many are there?
There are 3.
Okay, that's good. Well played, Fergus.
These take a long time to make. By the way, my contract is about to run out soon. Do you want to keep me on as a permanent member, or shall I go back to the academy? But either way, I don't
no.
really care.
Well, how do you finish your studies? When do you finish them?
Well, part of the studies is doing a bit of work experience like this. I have another year at the academy to complete. I will need to go back
Okay,
there at
then.
some point.
Yeah, let's take you on as a paid salary, as an employee.
Okay.
Employer.
I will still have studies to do, so my work here will be in my own free time. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that's all good. How much do you want though? A week.
He like strikes his chin. How much would you be willing to pay? Bearing in mind, I have made you 3 amazing potions.
If we agree on 1 potion a week,
Which potions would you like me to make, by the way?
well, can you do health potions?
No.
What potions can you do? Flying potions and what else?
Pretty much everything except for health potions. They are not in my product.
Okay. What about potions of fire resistance or acid resistance? Anything like that?
Yeah, I can make those. They
Okay.
will be easier to make than these flying potions. They took me a lot of hours. Let me tell you.
What about potions of vitality?
They will also take me a long time. I've not made one of those before.
Okay. Well, can I look at Daylar and Sang and be like, do we need
I'm
any
not there.
specific potions?
Yeah, thanks on that.
I I don't know. I don't think there's anything specific that we need, and even if we did, it would take a while to make.
Yeah.
So,
How much did we sell a flying potion for last time?
Like 800, I believe.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
they
Well,
sell
so-
for decent.
Yeah. I'll say to him, well, if you make me one flying potion a week,
Yes, I can do this for 300 gold per week.
I was thinking more 200 because you're learning.
I know more than you.
What? Mate, I taught you how to do a flying potion.
Bro, I literally go to a school first. I know more.
Okay. We'll do 300 gold. But you have to communicate with Fauna.
Who
you
is
have to-
Fauna?
I'll point over at Fauna.
Well, she's not there. She's back at the tavern. She wouldn't have gone with you.
Like my sister Fauna, you have to teach her.
A little halfling girl.
Yes.
Oh yeah, I know. Yes, she is. She keeps trying to speak to me. I don't know why.
Yeah, well, you have to speak back to her, and you have to
Why?
teach her. Because for 300 gold, you need to like. You
I
need to
thought
train her up.
I thought I was hired for my skills, not for my speech.
You are hired for your skills, but like part of your training and development is communication, and this is one thing we need. I think it's one area of development you need to, get better at.
Make an insight check. Never mind. He was like, I do not want to do.
Okay then, well, can you at least teach her a little bit of what you do?
I do not want.
This guy,
For
I love him
fuck's
so
sake.
much.
Okay, well,
want to do it, comrade.
well, she is an expert at herbalism, so
Yes,
You
well,
know
she
what-
can do her herbalism things over in her side, and I can do my things over in my side.
okay, so you don't want to learn anything from her, and she can't learn anything. Can't you like exchange ideas?
Not.
No?
No, I would rather not.
This guy, I
For
love
fuck's
him.
sake! All right then. Well, for 300 gold, she's working in
You-
in here with you.
You know what? I'll say because Daylar's also there. Daylar, make an insight check. Daylar, as a master of reading people, as you are, you can tell what Reed cannot in this situation, and that is that Fergus is not the most comfortable around girls that he finds attractive.
Oh, for fuck's sake!
But you don't know this, Reed. Daylar does.
Yeah. Okay.
It's
I do
okay,
not-
Reed. Just let him do what he wants.
I'm still like, I still am caught up on it. I'm still not figured
I'll
out what's
send
going
Reed a
on.
message. Like,
Okay, you can message him in his head. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna pause for a second, stare at Fergus, like whilst listening to this message.
He's like, why are you staring at?
Okay, well, this is what's gonna happen then. You're gonna work in the same room. You don't have to talk to each other. I'd rather you guys collaborate, but if not, so be it.
I do not want to do this.
That's fine, but she's there's a lot you can learn from her, and there's a lot she can learn from you,
I
so
know-
it's
I
mutually
know-
beneficial.
I know enough.
Okay, that's fine, but you're working in the same room because
I do
there's
not
not
want
enough
to do
space. What?
I do not want to.
You don't want to
with
work in the same room as her?
her. She has her own business. I have mine. I do not need her. She does not need me.
Mate, there's no other room in the fucking place. I need to maximize our production here. So there's only this floor area. So you'll be in this corner and she'll be in the other corner. How about that? You don't have to talk to each other. You just have to like work in the same room. Alright.
Roll persuasion check. He just looks at the ground and does.
300 gold a week on flying potion. Good man. Can we see how much the tavern's made?
Yes. So go ahead and roll
paperwork
me,
time.
2
Tristan must be so
D100s.
jealous right now.
Not really.
To my paperwork.
It's only admin.
I love admin.
So we'll take the 94. Good. You can do that for me. Wait, 3 more times.
Oh, 100.
Damn. All right. Pretty good rolls. A 94 on the first one. So roll me 3d10. So times that by 5. What's 24 times 5?
120.
120.
Okay, so that's the first
Correct.
amount of profits.
Okay.
So 120 profits. Then the next one is only a 21, so you make nothing on that, but you also don't lose anything. 100 on the next, so roll me another 3d10.
Fuck.
So that times 5 is
50.
50.
50.
Boy,
so another,
damn it, 50.
so another 50, and then 77.
170.
Roll me a d6, so that's another 15.
Yeah, it's 185.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, stick a 0 on the end of that, and that's how much profit.
Nice.
1,850. Not bad.
Not bad at all.
Is that from the farm? This trade?
So the
Farm
farm
doesn't
is,
make it. Farm
yeah,
doesn't make any money.
the farm isn't
Okay.
making any money at the moment, but that is from the trade and the tavern.
It's only like 2 weeks as well.
So yeah, 2 weeks. That's pretty good.
That is pretty good, isn't it?
Yeah.
You rolled.
Okay.
You rolled very well because of your advantage.
Yeah, that is good.
If we sold the potions as well, then that'd be another bit of gold.
I'll go and sell them.
Sure. So if you want to sell all 3, that would be 800 each. So
It's
2,400.
Yeah, 2,400.
Wow.
Lots of
Okay.
money.
Well, technically the flying potions are mine,
You gonna keep
but I'll go halves. I'll keep half because I spent loads, and I'll put half into the Blades of Drrust.
it? Cool. Again, that's all under your control now, Paul. So that is for you to deal with, not me as the DM.
Yeah.
I was going to say, as you wander over back from
Oh, I was
Back-
going to ask
back from
Fauna to
next
start
door.
making
Yeah.
shit. Sorry.
Mhm.
Ask Fauna just to create whatever she can, health potions or whatever.
yeah, she'll say, am I okay to use the facilities over in next door?
Yeah. This guy, I think he's afraid of women.
What?
So
Why?
I don't know. He's just a bit. I don't know. But yeah, he doesn't want to talk to you, but he's happy for you guys to use the same workspace. Tread lightly, but I think he'll come around eventually. But yeah, you can use that space.
Okay, I'll tread lightly. Thank you. Are you staying in town?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well. Oh, is this Fauna?
Yes, this is fine.
Yeah. I am for a little bit anyway.
Good. Well, I've been using your room while you've been away, so hopefully you don't mind if I just carry on doing that.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna send out a few sending spells. I was gonna send one to Arthur Dan and his group.
Mhm.
I was gonna say, mate, where are you? Shit's going down in either Neverwinter or Waterdeep. Can you make it back? Dragon incoming.
We're currently up in Silvery Moon. You say make it back to Neverwinter, to Waterdeep? Which one? Potentially. I mean, we've sort of all rested for a little bit. Potentially.
Waterdeep for now. I'll say that. Yeah, Waterdeep for now.
He will respond and say, yes, we can be in Waterdeep within the day. What's this all about?
The dragon Hoondarrh said he's coming to attack everything we love. So we're not sure what that might be. But we're guessing that it's either Neverwinter or Waterdeep. So we need your assistance.
Yes, we'll teleport there immediately if it's that dire, of course.
Yeah,
Swift
head
Swords
to- head-
are actual service.
Head to our tavern in the meantime. We can accommodate you.
See you there
Can
soon.
can I send another message to Pelath?
Yes.
And say, hey Pelath, it's Reed again. I was wondering whether you have any advice on fighting Hoondarrh, and whether you're up for a good old scrap again with an old dragon friend.
Hoondarrh is no friend of mine. I would be up for no scraps with him. He will he will definitely defeat me, and he will probably defeat you. My advice would be to avoid a fight at all costs. If a fight is unavoidable, Hoondarrh's greatest fear is humanity. Use that.
What?
That's what I was saying.
Okay. I'm gonna go to Ulfgar and be like,
Oh, he's not there.
well, I'll send him another message.
Oh, you meant
Yeah.
messaging off, guys. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
I'm
miss all
literally lighting the beacons right now. I'm gonna be like, Ulfgar, we may need your assistance at Neverwinter. Can you bring any soldiers to assist? I'm sure Tristan will be able to help you out later.
They all died
Uh,
last time.
There is a long pause, and then no response.
Okay.
He's in a different plane of existence, remember?
Oh yeah. I'm gonna send a message to Rogar, being like, yes then Rogar, can any of your brothers and sisters help us out in Waterdeep? It may be under attack very soon.
Oh, Reed, it's so good to hear your voice. I don't know if my Dragonborn brethren will help. Things haven't been going as great as I hoped here, but I can come to Waterdeep if you need.
Yeah, go on then.
Oh, sick. Should I come now then?
Yeah, go on then. Head to the tavern.
Oh, I mean, yeah, sick. he'll teleport in front of you a moment later and be like, Reed!
I'm gonna hug him. I'll be like, yes then, now give me one more sec. I'll be like, I'll call GLD now. I'll be like, GLD, we need you in Waterdeep right now. We'll
Where
pay
is
you.
he?
GLD is currently halfway. In fact,
Is he on a
probably,
ship still?
probably 3/4 of a way towards Draconia on a ship.
Right, mate, do a Yui. Fucking get back here now.
You don't know where he is, but what would your initial message be?
It would be, we need your assistance in Waterdeep. Can you come back? I'll pay you what? A set amount, fixed rate.
I mean, it's up to GLD how he wants to respond to that. I mean, he's not going to be able to get back there in time, even if he convinced the ship
That's
to
right.
turn around. But like,
He would say, I'm on a ship somewhere.
I think.
Where's he headed?
To Draconia.
Draconia, yeah.
Oh, so Rogar could have picked him up.
If you need me to come back, I'll need to commandeer another ship. This will cost you 1,000 gold per day.
We'll head to keep heading to Draconia. We'll get someone to pick you up.
Okay.
How does that say? What do you say?
I mean, you're probably still quite a few days away from Draconia. So even once you arrive there, by the time you've arrived there, it might be too late.
I mean, it doesn't matter. If it's already happened by then, I just won't call him back.
He's just waiting.
Yeah.
It would say, sounds good to me. The rate is still the same.
Cool.
So I'm going to send one last message. I'm going to send it to the one and only Salty Joe.
Well, Salty
You're
Joe's
like
on
somebody-
He's
okay,
on the
sure.
ship
Is he?
with Arameus.
He's on the
Ah.
ship. He's on the ship
Okay.
with Arameus. So. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I was going to say he wasn't on the
He's a crew member.
on the yeah, no worries. All right then. I'll just send a message to Salty Joe being like, "You all right, mate?"
I
Yeah,
would
I'm
like to point out.
I'm okay. How are
whilst-
you?
Yeah, I'm all right. That's it.
I would have been making my way towards the tavern this time.
Yeah, no, I know. And I was about to say once Reed has finished all his stuff.
We've changed the locks and now Tristan can't get in.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll see as Reed is finishing up his messages. I think you've used up all of your messages now. So
Yeah,
Tristan,
I've got one level 8 left.
Tristan will arrive.
So Tristan, I've called as many of our allies as possible, and then I just look at, and then I give my hands like looking at Rogar, and then Rogar's just there.
Rogar. Did you hear from anyone else? Any useful information?
Peloth said humanity is Hoondarrh's biggest fear or biggest weakness. whatever that's supposed to mean.
So,
Ulfgar, no
something.
response. Salty Joe is on a ship. Arthur Dan and the boys are on their way here. I can't think of anyone else, but I'm pretty sure that's something. Sorry,
Nothing.
sorry, Sang. What's up?
I'm alright.
His greatest weakness is what? Humanity or fear?
Yeah.
His greatest fear.
I think he said his
Fear,
greatest
I think.
weakness.
No, fear, he said.
Did he? Okay.
Yeah.
His
Well, that's what
greatest
you told
fear
me.
is-
Initially.
Yes.
His greatest fear is humanity. Okay. That's interesting.
It's kind of racist because I'm not really humanity, am I?
No, but it could not necessarily mean humans as a race. It could be like, interesting. Okay.
So what about this book, or what's
I
going
need-
on with that book?
I need the box of the Shadow King.
Yeah, that.
Yeah, I need
What's
that.
All right.
Got to give it
Just
to the
give
black
it.
staff. Thank you.
Don't you want me to dispel magic on it?
Why would I want you to? Oh yes, of course. Yes. Dispel magic on it.
I don't know.
Can
I
you do
just
that?
had a hunch.
Rogar will say, "Oh, hi Tristan. I don't know how you like managed to get your city under control, because like the people in Draconia, they don't seem to know what I'm trying to say.
Are you speaking to them in the right language, Rogar?
Yeah, I'm speaking to them in like common and Draconic, which they speak, but like I don't know, they're not as responsive as I was hoping they'd be.
Well, what's your problem?
Well, like obviously I'm on the council and stuff, like they can't really deny that, but like no one's really listening to me.
Oh.
And what have you done to help the people?
Well, we saved them, didn't we?
I know, but what have you done? What have you done?
Jesus.
I mean, I don't really know what to do.
Okay.
I'm not like qualified for this.
I'll give you some advice, Rogar. Don't worry. But let's just settle this with the box of the Shadow King first, and we'll have a chat tonight. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and if you want to try and dispel the Shadow King, you can attempt it. You just have to make a roll for it because you don't have a 9th level spell slot. So go ahead and roll.
You're on 8th level.
Still not enough, unfortunately. And an 8th level is the same as a 3rd level in this scenario. So go ahead and roll me Charisma. You are looking for a DC 19. Straight Charisma, by the way, not a save. Ooh. Well,
That's
Oh wait, that
Chris's
was
save.
safe.
Oh, soz.
I mean, to be fair,
Well,
I'll say it wasn't that 20. no, that's okay. I'll say you rolled either way. You rolled in that 20. So I'll say in this scenario you are able to dispel.
You're welcome, guys.
I'll open up the box.
And popping it open, nobody's instantly killed, and there is in fact a shard of the Shadow King in there.
Excellent.
Why would we be instantly killed?
You know from the previous one, if you try to open the box without dispelling the magic, whoever tries to open it is instantly killed.
Oh, right.
Yeah, no death saves, no nothing, just dead. Obviously, you can be revived, but like,
Yeah.
Right. I'll need to get this back to Castle Waterdeep then.
We'll say easy enough to do. We'll say you guys spend the rest of the day just like
Reading the book.
taking that back. Yeah, you read your book, and
How
once
much,
you've
how much
dropped-
more reading do I need to do, by the way?
it
Is it
depends.
like 42 hours or 48 hours?
It's 48 hours worth. Yeah, so as long as you're willing to just stay up, you could theoretically do it in like 3 days.
Yeah.
If all you're gonna do is read.
I mean, I will sleep, but I will spend a long time reading.
Anything else you guys want to do?
I would also like to start reading my book, but like obviously I can't dedicate as much time to it as Sang because I'm kind of busy.
Yeah. Barry has one more teleport left if you do want to go back to Neverwinter,
Shouldn't
or you
we
can stay here.
decide how to find out some information on the dragon, like where it's going and stuff?
Yes. Oh yes, of course. So the Blackstaff said scrying's not possible. I think
No,
Reed, you
okay.
messaged some Sea Elves for scouting.
Yeah, can I message them again and find out if they've seen anything?
Yeah, it's only been part of a day, but go for it.
I'll say, any update, any sightings of a dragon or a fleet of ships?
They will respond and say, nothing yet, unfortunately. We have sent our scouts out, but it will take a day or two before they return.
Okay, I'll say that to the guys.
Okay, so we've got something. Waterdeep is aware and they're preparing their own defences in case he comes here. Yep. I'll look around at the others and I'll kind of be like, I guess you're staying here for the night, Reed.
Yeah,
Okay.
for Arthur,
Um,
Dan, and Percy.
Yeah. Rogar, if you want some advice for managing a city, you can come back with me to Neverwinter. And
Or please do. Like, I mean, the Dragonborn people are there are like they're okay, but you just gotta remember that like everyone there hates each other because of like the Civil War and stuff. So I don't really know how the fuck to like deal with that shit. Everyone just hates each other, and I'm trying to calm things down, but it's not working.
Have you tried like killing everyone? Like those people, you know, if you kill a few of them, then the rest will be afraid of you, and then they'll listen to you.
that
Tristan,
doesn't
is that
necessarily
good
always
advice?
work. No, it's not.
Okay.
Well, if you ever
At the end
need
of the day,
an assassination,
Bloodshed
or
just
something,
begets more bloodshed. You killed some people, their family wants to kill you. It's a cycle.
what if it looked like an accident?
Yeah, okay, Sang.
When have you ever done anything that looks like an accident?
Well, I could improvise.
Yes,
First time for
Rogar, I'd recommend not following Sang's advice.
But so do you guys spend the night in Waterdeep then?
Yeah.
I go back to Neverwinter.
You're going
Can I
back.
buy some more guards?
You really need more?
I
We've
don't-
got 10.
We've got the Drow guy.
No,
we
we've
don't need
got
another
we've got
one.
6 bouncers and 4 night
Yeah,
guards.
but we've got the
Yeah.
Drow.
Well, one of ours is
guy.
about
I
to be
mean-
arrested for murder, so.
To be clear, you also have a binding contract with your father that basically says that he can't really do anything to you, so you're not under threat.
What's the point? Yeah,
as
we
long,
don't
as,
need
long as,
more.
as long as the contract holds, then
We've got the
he's
Drow
Okay,
good.
cool,
guy.
no worries.
The Drow guy is like he's like worth 10 guards.
He is worth at least 10. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, cool. Yeah, I don't want to spend any more.
Okay.
I'll invest though in the trade.
What about
Actually,
the,
no.
the ship? By the way, are we going to use that to scout? Or
Yeah, I
anything?
forgot to deal with that. I should probably call them up. I just said hello to Salty Joe. And that's it. Yeah, I'll say. Where should I send them to, guys? Should I send them to Waterdeep
Towards
or
the
Neverwinter? Probably
islands.
Neverwinter.
I mean,
Drag you to the main map. That helps.
we want them
that's
to
all.
scout like towards the islands, right? So if they like sail from where they are towards the island, then they'll be able to like see, right?
I don't. No, I
to be
don't want
fair,
them in the open sea. That's
It would be
dangerous.
a good few days between Neverwinter and Waterdeep, but I would say for the time being they were probably worse stationed at Neverwinter because I don't think they were told to go
Yeah,
back.
I'm pretty sure
All
they
right
were
then.
just hanging
I'll
around there.
Yeah, leave them there.
Yeah.
I mean, do
Yeah,
they not
leave
want to
them there.
sail down to see if there's any fleets going to Neverwinter?
Nah, I think the sea
I mean,
people
because
will
if you
cover
think
that.
about it, right, the sea people they'll be checking if they go to Waterdeep. Because
The sea
they're
people
in
live
this
here.
area here.
Yeah.
Whereas
Yeah,
they could
so
just
if
sail
they-
directly past that if they get into Neverwinter. They won't have to go.
Yeah, but
near
if we
there.
don't get any notification within the next couple of days that they're heading to Waterdeep, then we'll
Yeah, but
just
then
assume they're going to
but we
Neverwinter.
can assume that, but you still don't know what their army looks like, how many ships they've got, if they're using ships, or like.
Still, I mean, what's the point of sending the ship out in to meet? Because they'll just end up meeting their fleet.
Yeah, well,
And I'll
can't they?
just get.
Yeah, there's not much point sending them, honestly.
I mean,
Yeah.
They can't even get there in time.
but they're sailing towards them if they are coming there, so they would get there.
They're not.
Yeah,
they're
but then
they're
they'll
docked.
meet them by themselves.
Yeah, but surely they could like use a telescope or something and see them from a long way away and sail away.
Nah, they're slow. They're slow ships.
I thought it was a fast ship because it's like a warship.
It's
We've
a man
got-
of war.
We've got Shan's Revenge, which is a lighter ship. Can we use that?
That's the one we're talking about, isn't it?
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's,
isn't that Shan's
that's the
Revenge?
one.
What,
Yeah, that's
sorry,
the
what
one.
was the one before Shan's Revenge?
There wasn't one.
There was.
Yeah,
It was
we
like
had a
trading
normal ship and a
yeah.
cannon ship.
Well, I assume
Then
the
we
trading ship is out doing
commandeered this one.
is out doing trading things.
Yeah, so it's the
shout.
warship, which is the faster ship that we've.
Yeah. The warship is the faster ship. That's the Shan's Revenge.
Yeah, I still
mean,
don't think
how
it's
else-
worth it.
How else are you gonna find out any information other than just waiting?
You can ask
Um,
the people like at Waterdeep if they can send like a military ship like towards, like to like scout it.
Yeah, and the same
Then
with
won't they have the exact same problem that they just run into it by themselves?
yeah, but our ship
mean-
is more valuable.
Yeah, but they'll be closer to us.
It's a good shout.
It's
We could
a,
also have like someone like Barry or just someone with teleport in general on the ship, and then like if they do encounter the dragon, they can teleport back to Waterdeep and then teleport like all of our party back to the ship.
it's
so-
a risky one because again we've got quite a lot of ocean to cover.
Yeah,
Yeah, but we
Um,
need
there's no
to
guarantee that
figure
they're
out
coming from the
if
sea,
they're-
really.
What if you could Oh, how far? If you polymorph, how far can you fly? Probably not far enough.
With all of the possible uses of polymorph, which I mean, Reed's already used up all his spell slots for today, but if you were to do it tomorrow, I mean, you could be an eagle for like a good few hours. So theoretically, you could do a good old scan.
Yeah, what if you did that then?
Yeah, I kind of wanted to just gamble in Waterdeep, but I guess I could do that.
Yeah, you do that.
Don't we have any other wizard friends that we could get to do that?
Not really. So for today, who's staying in Waterdeep? Who's going back to Neverwinter?
I'll stay in Waterdeep.
But hang on, Rogar can fly, can't he?
I mean, yeah, but like not very fast.
Okay, I'll fly quicker as a pterodactyl or some shit.
An eagle,
Pterodactyl.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'll
you
do
fly
that.
pretty fast.
I just don't want it to get to the fight and I've literally used all my spell slots. That would suck.
Well, I'm
major.
sure if you saw them on the ocean, it would still take them several days to then get to their destinations.
Mabes.
So that'll be starting tomorrow anyway. So just for tonight, who's where?
Waterdeep.
I'm going to Neverwinter, and I assume Rogar's going to come with me.
Yes, Rogar will come with you. Just the two of you then?
I think. Yeah, I'll also go to Neverwinter because Rogar is teleport, so
Mhm.
even if something does happen in Waterdeep, we can instantly go back.
Yeah, actually, in that case, Barry will stay in Waterdeep. Rogar can teleport, so Rogar will teleport you guys to Neverwinter. And you bed down for the evening, all of you, in your respective places.
Oh,
Yep.
I'm gonna attune to the crown and unattune for my helmet, for my shield,
Yep, that's fine.
because I want to get my old shield back for the extra AC, and also like a dragon's breath is not a magical weapon, so I feel like the fire resistance from
it
the
is-
crown.
It is a magic. Actually, no, it's not magic.
I was gonna say because we tried this last time, and it's like a natural thing rather than like a magic attack,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah. So yeah, I'd say you're right to do so.
So I feel like the innate fire resistance of the crown might be a bit more useful.
Yeah, for sure. So the next day, Reed, you go out searching as an eagle. I'll say just roll a perception check, just do it for your stats. 18 is enough. So whereabouts? Well, actually, hold on. Maybe it's not. Whereabouts would you be searching? Ping for me the location.
It was like around this way. Wasn't
There, around
Cool.
around this area.
Okay. In that case, you spend the day searching and do not find anything.
it?
Okay, can I send a sending spell to Raina and ask has she seen
Mhm.
anything?
Yep. She responds and says, "We've seen nothing on our end." We'll say you spend the rest of the day out that way, and again, don't see anything.
All right, Okay.
What is this?
what a mystery. Are they going south to Draconia?
I
Baldur's
don't
Gate,
think so.
But we'll say unless anybody has anything else they'd like to do other than read books,
No.
another day passes.
Well, I'm doing like kind of king stuff.
Sure. Is there any specific
Official
things
king
you'd like
business.
to do? Or just like,
I know.
or yeah.
Kind of like, organizing defenses and sort of like plotting out an evacuation plan.
Mhm.
That sort of thing. So like the plan is to evacuate like the civilians into the woods, basically.
You want to get that started now?
Well, working on the plan,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So working on a plan that if you know, then yeah.
yes. So we can put it into action like straight away, basically.
Yeah. I'll say that's
And
easy
then,
enough for you to sort out.
But we will put like the military plans into action. Like just strengthening defenses on the dockyard,
Yeah.
the docks and stuff, that sort of thing.
Um,
I need to add the crown back to my attunement list.
so that day goes by of Reed searching and you sorting out your plans in Neverwinter. The next day
Oh,
dawns.
do I need to roll for like for Rogar learning from me?
No. We'll just say you give him as much advice as you can give him.
Don't know
Yeah.
how much help there's going to be. It's very
Hey, Tristan's a pretty good
no,
people
no, it's not
manager.
you.
The next day, as you are just sorting out king business, Tristan, Mordai will enter and say, "A fleet has been sighted, Your Grace. They are 2 days away from the city. We believe, based on their current trajectory, that Neverwinter is the target."
Rogar,
Yeah?
we need to get word to Reed.
I mean, I can just like teleport back to the tavern.
Yep.
"Oh man, this is all I'm useful for," and then you just walks away.
Oh, right, Mordai, get the evacuation plan going.
At once, Your Grace, and he will immediately, swiftly leave the chamber. So yeah, the fleet, for the record, is about there. So you were searching way off, and also you would know at this point that if the fleet was to have set sail, they set off way before Sang ever messaged. So they were very much already on the way, because otherwise they wouldn't have been able to get there that quick.
Any sightings of a... Oh, I'm not there, sorry.
Oh yeah, as Rogard's gone, I'm like, right, we need to aid from Waterdeep as fast as possible, aid from Luskan, get Reed to send the messages out.
Yep.
And then I'll go around, I'll get preparations going in here, basically.
Yes. So for the sake of brevity, we'll say messages can be sent easily enough. The party can be reconvened in Waterdeep thanks to Rogar. My only question is, what is your actual plan? Neverwinter, sorry. My question is, what is your plan of defense? Are you planning on sending ships out to meet them? Or are you planning on purely just holding in the bay?
Honestly, I think we should just literally hide our ship, the flagship, put the cannons on Castle Never, and the remaining ships, send them out as fire ships. Because they're useless, manned.
Fire ships.
Fire ships against the fire people.
Well, they're not fire people, are they? It's just I mean, they're fire people, but if we sink their ship, then they go in water.
So sorry, I should have said specifically what you knew from the sighting that you had was that a fleet is approaching. That fleet has banners where it's like a scarlet background with a crimson red dragon's head on it, but at a distance, that's all you could have seen. Obviously, a dragon itself would have been quite notable. No dragon was noted.
But they can transform.
But they can transform.
To human form.
Yeah, but basically, you don't know exactly what you're up against, but you do know it's probably forces sent by the Red Dragon. That's as far as you would have been. Again, you could try
probably unlikely to all be fire resistant. Yeah, and at the very least, you can throw their fleet into disarray. And
we try and prepare.
Ships.
Can we try and prepare a chain across the harbour?
Again, we don't need to set them on fire. We could actually just put a timer on them with loads of dynamite in them and
I don't
blow
think
them
we
up.
have dynamite.
Powder,
So-
whatever you call it.
I don't
Are you
think we have
talking like-
gunpowder either.
blocking off like this and this with ships.
Just cannons and
or...
this.
Chains.
Chain, like a big chain.
No, the
Like-
Siege of Paris.
Well, no, not even that. Think Battle of Blackwater, Paddy.
Sure. What about
Where they have what I was thinking of doing is looking at the map is having our ships form a ship blockade.
Yeah, so you literally just draw it on the map where you want them to be. And
Right,
I'll say, bear in mind, you only have 4 regular ships and then a 5th, which is your flagship, which I assume you don't want to be involved in this. Yeah. Where do you want that? Do you want that to be off map or within the city somewhere? Or
So what I was thinking of doing is I was just trying to kind of think of if they're attacking from the sea, they can come in from here, they can come in from here, they can come in straight here. That's their trajectory. So I was trying to think of the range of ballista and cannons wouldn't be particularly too effective because we're kind of limited with what defense we've got on this side of the city.
Mhm.
So if I zoom in and if they feasibly land, they could storm up through this side here and this side, right?
Mhm.
That's their only 2 entrances, really.
Yeah, I mean they could also just land and then besiege from either side, but they are coming on
But
ships.
there's
So you would-
walls, so
yeah, well there are walls, but they can still besiege the walls.
Also, are those beaches or cliffs? They kind of look cliffy to me.
Oh, they are cliffy, but that doesn't mean to say that there aren't beaches off map. Or they can always just try and climb the cliffs. You don't know where they're going to come from. You just know they're coming to Neville.
Yeah. So what I was kind of thinking is if we could get a chain, effectively blocking off, because I assume these are seawalls, right?
That's docks, isn't it?
Yeah,
yeah,
that's
it's just a
just
dock.
like docks. Yeah, they're not actually walls. They are just docks.
Okay, so they could land there.
Theoretically, yeah, and then obviously just sort of narrow the choke point to this specific route.
Okay.
If they were to dock there, theoretically.
Yeah. I'm just trying to think of what we can cut off to prevent their ships from getting in too far.
Did we bring the Arthur down and Percy and all that with us?
Oh shit, yeah.
You've got Rogar and Barry teleporting.
Yeah, we got double the amount of people.
Yeah, well,
16.
yeah. I'll say as part of this, the Swift Swords would have arrived in Waterdeep, and for the sake of brevity, yeah, they'll help you. So you can bring them back.
That's
with you,
very
and
nice.
they're-
of them.
Yeah, they're good. They're good people.
What about GLD? You're gonna send a message being like, "Did you get back all right?"
The Adventures of GLD.
Yeah, you're still on your way to Draconia.
I want him to like have tried to commandeer the ship, but it just failed spectacularly.
You're going the wrong way.
GOD just replies back to the message like, "I'm currently a prisoner on the ship. It did not go well for me."
Nice. By the way, I'd like to point out as well, I'm actually not helping at all in doing any of this.
Yeah, you're reading your book.
Yeah.
And actually, your book would have been read by now. Tristan, yours would not quite have been.
Yay.
But if you want to spend the next couple of days reading before the fleet arrives, I'll say there is time enough for you to do that.
Yeah, I'll be reading, but I've got preps to make.
Yeah,
22 AC, boys.
sure. Yeah. I'll say both of you have enough time, because there is enough time. So yeah, Tristan, add 2 to your strength, and Sang, add 2 to your wisdom.
I mean, even after I finish reading my book, I'm still not helping with any of these preparations.
Oh yeah, I assume.
Yeah. Just so we're clear.
You've caused been nothing but trouble.
I'm kind of looking at the hall of. Is this a gateway? Is this a gate here, or what is this?
Let's get the purple lines off the thing.
Orange
The orange lines to me.
Orange lights. Sorry.
Colorblind.
It's been a long day, man.
Um,
Oh my lord.
yeah. Well, so yeah, there wouldn't necessarily be a wall there. Like, I mean, there's a wall here, and then it comes to this turret here, but then that's where it ends. It ends at this turret.
Okay,
So
so
is that like
what
a
we're
little
going to
path
want to do?
there that goes around the side?
There's a path that goes around the outside,
yeah,
but obviously
okay.
that's going to be a narrow path
Yeah.
that from the walls you could easily bombard them.
So what I was thinking is, Tristan will probably, depending on where they land, Tristan would set up on the bridge
Okay.
because that gives him like a good, good maneuverability space to go to where he's needed. So what the plan? Barricades will be set up along like here and stuff.
I would like to be in charge of the cannons on top of Castle Never.
Tristan will be fighting down at the docks with the troops, Patrick. Basically, if they land at the docks, that's where he's going to be. Basically, where they land, that's where he is.
Okay.
Are we releasing Emmerich as well?
That I'll deal with.
Yeah, we'll deal
that
with
in
this
role
next
play
session.
tomorrow.
We've already run over a little over time, but yeah, next session we'll get to the specifics of the defense, and then probably a little bit of the battle itself.